the Drow series. I could never see the. I've looked all through it to try to find that spot, and I can't. I can't.
A Calavdra.
That's cool. Thanks, I appreciate that. But yeah, that'd be something that I'd be down for. Either that or, well, we've always high level or whatever. But the Temple Elemental Evil is always another one I've wanted to go through.
Nope, I joined you in the slavers.
There's live, but we get the countdown.
Yeah, it's just the countdown in the flash screen.
That's why, because my mic is stupid. That's why, because my mic is stupid. There we are. I made it. There we are. I made it. Just in time, too. Just in time, too. Right. Harry Hub got his teeth brushed, his feet brushed, and his heels smoothed out. He's just waiting on that silver toe ring that he's going to try to finagle out of Exior, our magic user who decided to split the party last session. But we'll talk about that when we get there. That's it, man. If you don't have thick skin, you're in the wrong game, brothers.
Roger that.
Right, let's kick off the stream. Let's see how many people we can drag in here. Let's go. I'm not talking. Yeah, if you don't watch the stream and you don't hear it, I always have intro music that plays for, it's like a 3-minute intro with music. You are correct. You are correct, sir. No, we'll talk about it afterwards. It's all good.
As in dragons.
Hey, that's
Right.
what most of us was thinking too to start with.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
The internet's the bane of my existence. We love dragons. That's why they call it Dungeons and Dragons. Go!
Yeah, I don't hear any music on the stream.
Yeah, it's literally just got done. So if it's not playing, I'm gonna actually because whenever I go and upload it to YouTube and stuff, when I go listen to the stream, oh wait a second, let's fix this now. Man, there is just all kinds of crap that's going on here. Give me just a second here, folks. Let me go to studio mode, go to the DM scene, and why is my camera? Let's try this. I think. And there we go. The hell, man. It's like, why everything just like went to whack on me.
You just
Hey!
popped in.
There I am. Yeah, that's what I said is something. It did it with my mic and then it did it with my camera too. So I don't know. I did something that reset some settings, but that's okay. We're here. Welcome. Hello, everybody. You know who I am. You know who they are. Let's talk a little bit about us, but I want to get back really quick to what we were talking about. The Adventure Path was actually published in Dungeon magazines as a 3rd edition series of adventures. There's 12 adventures in the Adventure Path, and it was designed to take you from 1st to 20th level. Which is what makes it so difficult for me rolling it back to 1st edition, is because there's no way you're going to kill enough monsters and get enough treasure to get enough experience to level up to 20 in 12 adventures. So what I need to do is, throughout the course of this entire series of adventures that we're on, we're just going to do milestone leveling like they do in 5th edition, right? But to your point about Pathfinder, Paizo actually retained the rights to it because Eric Mona actually created at least this one. I don't know about the other adventure paths because there were, I think, 3 of them total. Shackled City, which I believe was the first one, and that was in the jungles of the south in a volcano city called Cauldron, and it sort of centered around that. Then Age of Worms, which is this one, obviously, is where we're at. And then the last one was Savage Tide, and that's my 5e game that I'm going to be running. So I converted all the 3rd edition stuff into 5th edition. Well, not me personally, but a lot of people, and some things I did, but a lot of stuff was already done by the interwebs. So anyway, but
3rd edition to AD&D or 3rd edition to 5th edition?
Actually, I think it's easier from, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up. I think it's the difficult part for going backwards is you go from the D20 kind of stuff back to Thaco, some of the monsters and stuff like that, and the abilities that they had. They translate easier coming into 5th edition than they do going back to 1st, I think. But really, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. All I have to do is look and it says, hey, there's a bunch of skeletons. Okay, skeletons in 3rd edition are different than 1st edition, but I'll just use 1st edition skeletons. And I scale it to see, if I need a couple extra in there to make it a little tougher, whatever, I do that. So I don't really think it's difficult. For me, and honestly, and this is kind of funny, the hardest thing for me when wanting to run one of these old school adventures online is making it presentable to the players in a way that makes it fun, because I don't want to, like, sitting around the table and I can draw maps on a flat pad or erasable board or whatever is fine. But here I like to have at least the visuals for you guys. So you have a good map that you're on, that you're looking at, right? And we discuss, even something as simple as walls with opening and closing of doors, stuff like that, where you can't see what your character can't see. So stuff like that is to make it online in such a way that it's presentable to you guys, and I can keep the flow going and having fun. But if I got the maps, I can do all the other stuff, the conversions and stuff. That's not that big of a deal. But to me, having everything I need to run the game visually for you guys is my biggest concern whenever I do that. So, and that's why I always say, if there's issues with it, people just need to let me know, because I can get it and fix whatever. But anyway, welcome everybody. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully you are surviving the snowpocalypse that has been going on across the United States, for those who are here in the States. Old folks, welcome back. New folks, welcome. If you are new here, or well, I should say everybody, but don't forget, as you watch the stream, you earn tokens just like any other Twitch channel, and you can trade those tokens in so that the players can have nat 1s or nat 20s. I encourage you to get them in early and often so that the players can have the entire stream to use them, because they are free and you don't have to do anything monetarily wise. They only last for the session that they're granted, with exceptions, of course. I do carry them over from stream to stream upon occasion, but in this case right now, nobody has any nat 1s or nat 20s. However, if you want to help support the stream, don't forget that for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can grant a +1 to your favorite player or humble DM. And in doing so, that allows the player to have points in a bucket that they can use to raise or lower their dice scores sufficiently to succeed in whatever they're trying to do. So if they miss a hit by 1 and they've got a point available, they can bump that up. If they're over by 1 and they want to take a point off, they can burn a point to do that as well. And those do carry over from stream to stream, because if you're going to cheer 100 bits, may not seem like much. It's $1. It's $1 is $1. And every penny that we take in goes right back into the stream in some way, shape, or form, whether it's hosting services for the VTT, or whether it's content in the Patreons that I subscribe to that help support the VTT in the channel. So I encourage you to do that. And as it stands right now, Biamba has 5 points. Hub, you have 2 points. Modred, you have 3 points. Mulgar, you have 5 points. And Renoir, you have 5 points. So those are allowed to be used. And trust me, if you were with us last week, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that every point matters. Nat 1s and nat 20s matter. So I encourage you, if you have it available, feel free to drop bombs on these guys and let them build up whatever they may need. So also, if you are so inclined, subscriptions are always welcome, but we do have a tip jar. Tip jars, in my opinion, are the best way to help support any content creator on Twitch, because it is a contract between you and the content provider, as opposed to Twitch taking half of it, or 60%, or half, or 40%, or whatever it is that they take for partner level. Essentially, when you give a tip, it all goes to the content provider. There's a small percentage fee that gets taken out. And as I've explained before, I got a donation of like $250 one time. I got a $50 and a $10. I think for the $10 one, it was like $1 surcharge. For the $50 one, it was like $2 and some odd change surcharge as a processing fee. So to me, that's the best way to go, because otherwise, for $100 subscription, or $100 worth of subscriptions, I get to keep 50. And so instead of getting half of what you guys are out there helping support, I get it all. So anyway, bottom line is, if you know a content provider that you appreciate and you love, make sure if they see they got a tip jar, use it instead of subscriptions. Unless you're one that just wants to set it and forget it. You could do Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime allows you 1 free subscription on Twitch as a recurring subscription. You could do stuff like that too. I know previous players I've had have do that, whatever. But again, it's your money. I'm not here for the money. I'm here to have an enjoyable time. But if you want to help support, that's how you can do it. And last but not least, if you like Greyhawk like we like Greyhawk, you can check out the Greyhawk Creatives page. That's twitch.tv/team/Greyhawk Creatives. I encourage you to check that out. Yes, and in those tips, foot cream ain't free. You are correct, Ronnie. That is a fact. Like I said, I've told you a few places you can go. You can go to our homepage. You can go to our Discord. You can go to our YouTube. You can go to our X channel. All that stuff, but you don't need to remember it all. !socials. That's with an S. !socials. If you do that, it will show you all of our content links, and you can go check it all out. It's not a lot. Our Discord, we don't do a lot. Some conversations here and there, but it's actually been a little busier than most times. I like it as we're starting to get a few people that are interactive on the channel, which is kind of nice. So more is better. Come check us out. And from there, you can find all the other awesome Discord channels that we follow and stuff. So anyway, yes, sir.
Did I say some guy who started watching all the way back from the beginning?
You are correct. Snake. I don't know if he's out there watching, but he found our YouTube channel. He was doing a search for some Greyhawk stuff, I believe. And he found our YouTube channel, and he went back and was watching session 0 of what was our first edition campaign. We called it 1E1 shots. The initial goal was just to do literally one adventure, then pop to another adventure and pop. It wasn't going to be a campaign type of a thing. And it went that way for a long time. And eventually it kind of went to a half-assed campaign sort of mixture of stuff where I strung a bunch of adventures together into a campaign sort of a like environment. But yes, he went all the way back, and I don't remember how far he got. I think he went all the way through Hamlet, which is only like about 8 episodes maybe. But he said at the end of Hamlet, he came to session 0 of this campaign because he wanted to see our first edition campaign. And so he was watching it, and the first thing out of his mouth was he appreciated the fact that a lot of us are retired military, except for he who shall not be named, Mulgar. But he's retired as well. He's doing military stuff as an ex-military. So, but anyway, yes, you are correct, and we appreciate the fact that YouTube drove him our way. So that's why I always sort of say stuff, because I can assume that a lot of people don't watch us live. We get views out on YouTube, and that's where they get some of their information from. So come check us out. We're on twitch.tv/AgoraQuest. And you can come out there and check out all of our links to our Discord and all that stuff. Come check us out, man. We're not hard to find. We're not hiding anywhere by any stretch of the matter. All right, so let's talk about where we were. Last week, so our party has been searching around Diamond Lake. They kind of finished their investigation, at least as far as they know. They have finished their investigation of the Cairn Hills, and in particular, the Whispering Cairn. This Whispering Cairn is a local legend. Kids used to go play there and kind of dare each other to brave it. A long story short, somebody went missing several years ago, and so the parents put the kibosh on that. But the party have an in-town sort of benefactor, if you will. Not so much a benefactor as a sage and a wise man, and somebody who can kind of point them where they might want to look or give them, information. And his name is Allustan. Allustan is known also as the smartest man in Diamond Lake. But he is a sage / magic user, once from the Free City, they say. But he sent the party to go check out the cairn and investigate it, just to kind of see what the party was made of, if they would be a decent group that he could contract to do different missions. And so they did all their investigation. They found several interesting things, including some hidden lower levels. They found a hidden tomb. They found a second hidden tomb, and all tied together with these race of beings known as the Wind Dukes. that centuries and ages ago, aeons, if you will, were locked in combat with a immortal creature by the name of the Chaos Queen and her minions, in particular the wolf spiders, was a race that they were at war with. So the party found a lot of things about these Wind Dukes and the Chaos Queen and whatnot, including some artifacts that they had left behind, one of which Modred is currently in possession of, a small sort of a long, or not a long, but about a 12-inch rod that has this mithril, is it mithril or platinum or titanium, whatever it is. It's a very strong metal loop that apparently it can be used as a focus to control what are known as spheres of annihilation, which are essentially a hole in the multiverse. And that was depicted in the scenes as the Chaos Queen and some of her minions were using these to destroy many of the powerful Wind Dukes, some of the senior level and more powerful ones. So anyway, the party sort of cleared out and investigated and kind of found all that. But while they were in the process of that, they discovered that there was a necromancer in town. They dealt with the necromancer, and only to find out that he had been brought there by one of the biggest mine leaders, Balabar Smenk. And Balabar Smenk apparently has been tied up with some strange happenings in the mines, in one of the mines. And from what they could ascertain, the Dowerstone mines, which are run by a dwarf, obviously, last name Dowerstone, who, rumor has it, is from Graysmere, which is a rather large dwarf community to the south of Greyhawk City. And apparently he was run out of Graysmere, and he made his way here and established himself as one of the more profitable mines here in Diamond Lake. But as I said, Balabar apparently got mixed up with something going on in the Dowerstone mines that have to do with this entity known as the Ebon Triad. And so before they could get too far into it, they had been told by Allustan that he procured for them an abandoned home here in town, but they just had to go clear it out. And so while he is doing investigation over the past couple of days, while he has done that, the party yesterday decided that they were going to say, you know what, while we're waiting on him, let's go clear out this house. And so they were in the process of clearing out that house. At the same time, Modred, who, having left the group to stay in their current place of residence, which is the Abel Carter Inn, he has been going through all of his scrolls and spells and everything that he got from the necromancer. When they defeated the necromancer, there was a spell book entailed, and so he has been spending the last day scribing all of this stuff into his books. And so when last we left, our party has just completed their encounter with a small batch of sturges, which really took a toll on the party, because sturges, as you know, can be pretty tough. And so in particular, our friend Hub, the halfling who hails from far to the south, is pretty beat up and pretty wounded, in addition to getting beat up by the sturges. I believe it was, and if I'm looking at I have to look at the map of where you guys are in the house, but I do believe it was Renoir who took a swipe and smashed the sturge that was still stuck in Hub. So while it smashed the sturge, it also partially smashed Hub. So Hub's not feeling the greatest right now. But that being said, our party has finally managed to defeat said sturges. And so now we are in the aftermath, and we really didn't go much farther than that because we were at the end of time, and I didn't want to keep everybody too late because we're all old and we need our beauty rest, particularly Hub. Hub needs lots of beauty rest.
This is true.
So, with that being said, oh party of mine, were there any questions or any follow-ups that we wanted before we continue tonight's episode, which, by the way, is episode 14, The Three Faces of Evil? Anything else that you guys need or wanted to follow up on or anything like that?
I'm questioning this house, whether this was some kind of trap or something. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
This was not a nice gift.
I don't know.
Last time.
Yeah. All right.
But just think what's going to happen if we ever get gifted a small keep. We're going to have to clear that joker out too. And I bet you that's going to be worse.
All right.
Any things, anyone?
Yeah. All right, my children. As we come into tonight's episode, it is once again the 13th day of the month of readying, which is springish time, but it's still winter. Excuse me. Ooh, it is still wintry. Again, it's the 13th in the common year 595. Today is Earth Day. Early in the day, it was cold. It was still snowing, pretty thick snow falling, but not blistering cold. The day itself, as it wore on, got a little warmer, but toward the later part of the day, it once again began to get rather chilly. And so I don't even know where we're at time-wise. I am going to advance us before we start the game. It is.
Well, Hub
it
has
is
severely damaged my
Yep.
party members.
Yep,
Yep.
we will get there. Yep. So we are going to start tonight's session in a little different spot. But it is in the early afternoon, around 4:30 or so, as we find Modred deep in contemplation in his room in the Abel Carter Coaching Inn. As you are hunkered over some scroll leaflets, a lantern blazing brightly to give you as much as you possibly can. Sebastian is stretched out on a ledge by the window, sort of feeling the warmth on one side and the coolness of the window on the other. You hear him purring slightly as he stretches, and suddenly he gives a little... You hear a knocking at your door.
I set my pen and ink down, and I go to the door. I kind of rub Sebastian on the head as I open the door.
As you open the door, you see that there is a young boy, perhaps 13, 14 years old, dressed in normal, everyday person's clothes, cloth with like bib overalls almost. He has a little hat on the side. His face is slightly dirty. And he holds a piece of paper folded in such a way as to make it look like an envelope with a red wax seal holding the four corners of the page together.
Do I recognize the seal?
Yes, it is Allustan's seal.
I bust it open and read the missive on the parchment.
The boy stands there like, and he's sort of rubbing his fingertips together as he stands there.
I look at his hands. It's not broke, and I shut the door.
You hear something being said, but it's too muffled for you to make out as you hear the thumping of small feet departing. Opening it, it essentially says, "My dearest companion, or my dearest friends, I would have you come to my home as urgently as you can this evening. We have much to discuss. And as you look around, yeah, you're the only one there, Modred. You have no idea where your friends are when they're coming back, but it seems pretty urgent.
Have I got everything done that I need to do with the spell book?
I am going to say no. You still have about another half day, but you were planning on finishing that tomorrow anyway. But you've got about as much as you can today.
Okay. I'll go downstairs to see if they're happy to be in the common room.
Okay, you go down, and the common room is relatively busy, but you look around quickly and you see none of your companions there.
Well, I guess I'll make my way to the house that they were supposed to be investigating to see if I can catch up with them.
Okay, so do you want to go there, or you can also? It is on the way. Well, I guess they wouldn't know, but it's up to you. His house is on the way as well, so you could stop there if you wanted, or you just want to go up to the house itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go up to the house and use the best route I can think of where we would intersect if they was by chance coming back.
Okay, that's fair. So you can begin moving your way in that direction as we return to the rest of the members of our party. As you guys are once again in the if you want, you got it. I was going to say you can move that if you want, or I can move you across because I'm going to have to switch maps here to the other party members. So I will. It's going to take you about a half an hour to get there.
Okay.
And so I will switch us to where we were. As you guys are, as I said, once again, sort of standing there, catching your breath.
All right. I'm going to see Hub's condition, and I'm going to cast some healing magic here.
Hub, how would you describe how you look after this combat?
I look like a foot drugged through a mile of filth.
Looking at him.
Got a bunch of welts on him too.
What's that?
Bad shape.
And as we go through this, I am going to start encouraging the role play aspect of this role play game. Kind of describe what Renoir is doing. What would somebody looking at Renoir healing his companion Hub, what would they see him doing?
I'm looking at Hub with concern, kind of placing my hands over him and calling out to Tritherion to bring Hub back to health. And I roll a great roll of 3 here, Hub. I'm kind of curiously looking at him to see how much better he looks than he was before.
Give me a wisdom check really quick, please, Renoir. As you look over Hub, you're able to discern some of his more battered and bruised portions of his body. In particular, where the now dead Sturges had impaled and begun drawing blood out of him. And because of your medical ascertainment, I am going to also grant that Hub, because of your healing spell combined with your wisdom, he's able to add his constitution bonus to the healing that you just provided. So that gives him 2 more hit points.
Very nice.
Leaving Hub at about a little less than half.
It still looks like he's in pretty bad shape, so I'm going to say, don't worry, my friend, I've got this. And once again, wave my hands and calling on Tritherion.
Right. As you place your hands over you feel the warmth of the divine healing as it passes through as you gain 8 more hit points, leaving you 15 out of your possible 18. What about the rest of you?
Don, as they're doing this nonsense healing stuff, I want to slowly step into the room with the ice.
Okay. So as you see down at the end of the hall, there's a lot of trash down there. And it's because the roof has collapsed partially. There's a ladder leading up to the roof, much like the previous room that you guys were in. I apologize, Hub. I want to move you so everybody can see. Oop, there we go. Okay. So anyway, so as you look, you can see this ladder that's going up where there at one time was probably another one of those hatches that you guys had to go through on the other side. But in this case, the hatch and everything around it has collapsed, which is what's allowing it to be so cold in here, is because there's a partially fallen roof.
Now, is there nest in that pile, or was there nest up in the rafters?
The nest appears to be up in rafters because there's a lot of wood and stuff up there in the far corner of the room, past where the debris has fallen. There are rafters and planks of wood and stuff up there that looks like there's a rather sizable nest that probably held the sturges.
So I'd have to climb over the pile of trash or the pile of the cave-in then to get there?
You'd have to go around it. You don't necessarily have to climb over it. There's ways to walk around it if you wanted to walk around. But this whole room is partially ice covered on the floor. A lot of weather damage to the wood everywhere. I'm going to say that the floor doesn't feel really that soft. The floor feels fairly sturdy, although you can see it is wet and damp in many places, particularly where the floorboards go into the walls because the liquid ran down the walls, and then where the floor meets the wall. A lot of dark, rotted-looking wood at those edges, but it seems kind of solid to walk on.
I'm going to slowly, one step at a time, I'm going to walk over here.
Okay. Easily enough. You managed to get over there. As I said, there's a ladder that goes up to the roof, and as you get there, the chill of the wind kind of blows through, and it's funneled like walking through a door of a place that they have the air conditioner right above you, and it blows right at the door as you're opening it. You kind of feel that as you're walking underneath the ladder. But
DM.
Yes, sir.
The stream is not showing the map; it's just showing all the.
That's because I'm an idiot. I need to remember that in this game I have 2 separate ones. I've got one for the intro when we're talking, and then one for the actual map. I don't know why I forget that every time. I need to just get rid of that in between thing so I don't keep forgetting. But thank you for that. Hopefully you guys can see it now. But anyway, so yeah, as you get over there, you see there is debris, broken tiles and shingles and whatnot that have fallen into here. Some of the rafter is partially collapsed above you. The ladder itself, interestingly, looks in decent shape, although it too is wet and rotted of wood. But more importantly, about 8 feet up, there's some cross-beam rafters in the overhead that you can look up and see.
Okay, I'm going to put the ladder on the rafter and slowly one rung it along and see if it'll hold my weight to climb up. Okay, yep, it does. And you get up and you can see that there are many bits and pieces of bone and other detritus up in the large nesting area where these sturges were. Anything looks valuable?
Don't know. You'll probably have to give me a search check.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'd like to do first aid on myself at least to get the 1 hit point back. Does Renoir need it as well?
I could use it, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
we guys can do it. So as you give me a D100 roll, please, if you would, Mulgar.
And I yell, "Holy magic items in here!"
So as you poke your way around, you manage to find 8 copper coins, as well as 3 small agates.
Okay. Is there a way to can I knock the nest down so we'd see, so anything that's in there would kind of fall out?
Sure.
I always pictured it as a big old dirt dauber nest.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I'm going to take my sword and knock the nest down, hoping that maybe there's something in there that I missed.
All right, give me a Ben Bar's lift gates check, please.
Sure.
Followed by a crushing blow save.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
did I
encourage it. Don't
forget?
encourage it.
Did I forget to mention all of those wasps that were in that nest too? Yeah. As you're stabbing at it and poking at it, this thing is like woven to the rafters and stuff, man. It's pretty stuck and pretty tough. Doesn't look like you're going to be able to dislodge it.
All right. I'm going to climb back down then and then go
Okay.
back to the party, and I'm going to tell them I found 8 copper coins and some ingots. So, not much. What do you guys think this is worth?
Hub, you want to give me a gosh, what do I want to do? You're the one that would be sort of the
Wisdom.
check. Yeah, I was thinking wisdom, but I was hoping I didn't know if you had any skills that would be able to do it, but it really doesn't. So yeah, go ahead and give me a wisdom check, please. In the meantime, Modred, you arrive at the house. Give me a intelligence check, please, Modred. And Hub, you would guesstimate that these 3 agates that he found are worth about 25 gold apiece.
Ooh, we're rich.
I'd buy that for $1.
Modred, as you get up to the house, you don't see anybody around, but you hear like stomping and I don't want to say yelling, but sounds coming from the upper floor of this building. You are downstairs at the front porch area. You don't see anybody on the front porch. You don't see anybody through the first floor windows or anything, but you hear stomping and, for lack of a better term, like somebody's chopping at wood up in the upstairs.
Like, what are they doing? I step off the porch and I yell, "What are y'all doing up there?"
You guys hear shouts coming from outside.
Bandits, let's kill them.
Can we tell who the shouts are from?
Yeah, they're coming from outside the house somewhere. Sounds like toward the front. Can't be sure up here though, because there's no windows in the big long room. The only opening is where the ladder is up, where the roof collapsed. There are a couple of windows where in the room you guys are in here that overlook outside, but they're kind of dingy and dirted up. But again, even so, kind of glancing out the windows in this room where you've finished off the Sturges, does not appear that there's anybody out on the side of the house.
I'm going to draw my longsword.
Okay.
And head down the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Can we get those hit points added back?
Oh, yeah. How much did you guys get?
Just 1 for a first aid.
Okay. Yep, we can do that.
Oh, I should have you do that to me too, but we'll do that later.
Liam, I was going to climb up that ladder and take a look at that nest myself.
Okay, go ahead and go up and give me a search check if you would like, sir. While the rest of you guys are headed down the stairs, you'd actually have to come out the door up here there, Mulgar.
Oh.
So as you're searching around, you find a couple of dead sturge bodies up there. Looks like either they maybe starved or the other sturges turned on them or something. But there are a couple of dead sturges up in the nest. But other than that, doesn't much similar to what Mulgar found. You found remains of bones and stuff like that up there. Looks to be animalistic, not human or any other creature. Look to be small rodents maybe or something similar.
All right, and I don't remember if I went up this ladder or was it to the roof here.
No, so it's actually this ladder has been moved from where it originally poked out because the roof is collapsed and there's no door there. But Mulgar took the ladder and moved it over to the sturge nest. So if you want to go to the roof, you would have to move it back to the hole in the roof, which is not difficult.
Well, I'd like to do that just to poke my head up there and see in case there's something, some kind of a hint or anything up there that might give us some information.
Okay. So Hub climbs up and pokes his head, and as he turns and looks toward the front of the house, which looks toward the south, you can see Modred standing out in the yard looking up in your direction.
I yell out to him, "Hey, Modred, come on in. You'll find a set of stairs in there. Just come on up to the top."
How'd you get on the roof?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Walk in the house.
Okay. As you walk into the house onto the first floor, you see coming from the back of the house, Mulgar.
Mulgar, what are y'all doing? Quit playing around. We got to go see
Allustan.
Why?
I show him the note.
Oh,
He's got some
excellent.
urgent business for us.
Yeah, I got a couple things to say to him too after this House of Horrors.
What happened?
Oh, we got giant centipedes, we got snakes, we got rats, we got sturges. We haven't even been to the basement yet.
Sorry, y'all. I'm just moving y'all around here, so sorry.
All right.
Is everybody? Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll walk up the stairs and tell him, our wizard's back. We need to go see the sage.
Okay. You're going to go see him, or do you want to check the basement first? There's a couple of options you guys have here. It's up to you. I mean, I'm throwing options out there because I know you guys originally were talking about going to the basement, and now Modred has kind of thrown this wrench in that. So I'm just giving you guys the options on what y'all want to do.
Well, I think we should at least look at the basement since we're here.
I'm okay with that.
As long as we're early enough in the day, because he wanted to see us today.
Yeah. It is closing on about 5 p.m. right now for you guys, just for those that care.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. What's going to happen?
Baby trust do.
Baby trask. The stairs that you're at right there, Hub, go up right there. You guys, the only downstairs that you guys saw is on the side of the house.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's why everybody's going out back and going around to the downstairs. And I will move Renoir.
This grass.
As you guys come out around, as I said, you see a flight of stairs going down to a storm cellar here. And at the bottom is a padlocked door. Excuse me.
I'd like to look at that padlock, DM, see if I can't open it.
All right, go ahead.
I want to look for a trap on it first, just in case some wily bugger did that.
Roger that. Go ahead and give me a check, please. As you search, this appears to be the safest door you have ever seen, or the safest lock you've ever seen. Hey, Asher, appreciate you, man.
I let the party know, hey guys, locks are only to keep the honest people out. This one looks safe as can be. I'm gonna pop her open.
Okay, go ahead and give me. As you guys watch, Hub, as you fiddle with the lock, you hear a slight clicking sound as the rollers release their grip, and the lock fails, or the lock gives way to your expert abilities.
All right, I'm gonna back up and let somebody a little meatier than me. I'm like, guys, I'm all foot and eyeballs. I'm not here to open doors all the way, just to make them openable.
Renoir will go down and open the door.
Okay.
I'll follow behind you.
Hey.
Bravely.
I think perhaps, because that's just how I roll, I should put you guys on the map where you're supposed to be going. Maybe if I did that, knucklehead. All right, let me put Renoir down there. Renoir's at the bottom. Hub, are you going to be right behind him, or are you going back up the top of the stairs?
I'm gonna go behind the meat shields.
Okay. All right. So
Thanks.
who wants it? Who? So it'll be
I'll
Renoir.
go second.
All right, and then all right, and then Biamba.
I go in the middle. I want meat shields in the front and the back.
All right, and then so we'll put Modred in the middle. All right. Apologize. All right, now that I got you guys on the map.
We have feelings, you know.
I know you do.
So I'll just crack
All right.
the door and peek in and see what there is to see.
As you open the door, you can see inside is a musty, stinky basement with refuse everywhere. What immediately catches your eye, though, is the significant amount of webbing throughout the basement.
Dang, that's a spell I need.
Last thief I played got killed by a spider. Or last thief I played killed by a spider.
Renoir will look back at the party. Looks like we have spider. I wonder if we should burn him out.
Light a torch.
Of course, I could burn down a whole house, but you know.
Yeah, it should just be a quick and be done with it. It shouldn't generate enough heat to catch the timbers on fire.
Well, Renoir.
Okay.
Renoir isn't exactly a engineer here, so he'll try lighting a torch if nobody's saying anything different, and kind of trying to start the webbing on fire.
All right. So as you where is your gear? Find your backpack. You have 2 torches, but now you have 1 torch. I think it'll let you if you did that. I'm just checking here. I was looking to see if I took it out of your backpack, if it would allow me to do something. There we go. We are going to go here. As the torch lights and you manage to poke it in slightly, and the webbing immediately ignites around the door and begins to burn its way back into the room. It's not like the entire room is clogged with webs, but there is a lot of webbing down here, and you see that the webbing begins to burn away, allowing easy access without having to walk through webs into the basement area.
Okay, I'll enter the basement.
Okay.
I got my short sword out, ready to rock and roll.
As soon as you step in, dropping on top of Renoir is a rather sizable spider.
Sure glad I wasn't first through the door.
Does it want to give me a hug?
As we enter tonight's first combat session.
Does it look friendly?
Define friendly. I just,
Maybe I could pet it.
yeah. Sorry. There we are. It's not working for me. There we go. All right. As we begin our encounter, everybody roll for initiative. I am going to once again move Hub in so everybody can see. I don't know why. I think it's because I got him. Wanted to be able to back out, Hub.
All right.
You're at the base of the door. All right. Oops. I think that was why. Second.
Okay, thank you.
All right. As that spider drops down, coming out of webbing from the rest of the place, you see several more spiders advancing through the webs. The clickety-clack sounds of their mandibles clinking together as they come at you. Everybody has gone as this first spider. Looks like we got everybody. As this first spider here, the one that dropped down and dropped on top of Renoir. That is who goes first. As the spider hits Renoir. As first of all, Renoir suffers 4 hit points of damage as this massive thing drops on top of him. I need a saving throw versus poison, please.
Flashback time.
Yeah. Yes.
Woohoo.
As you save versus poison.
Nice.
Which, by the way, if you fail your save versus poison, the system's set up to do 999 points of poison damage. If that tells you anything. All right. That is it for the spider. Mulgar, you are first to react as this thing drops down on top of your friend who's right in front of you as you smash the spider with your longsword.
It's giving me, this is not large, is it? It's giving me 2 options for some reason.
Well, no, yeah, because now this, let me double check. I believe they are considered medium-sized creatures. Actually, they're considered small.
Oh.
So
okay.
they're large spiders, but they're like about the size of a small dog.
Yeah, usually the system knows, but in this case it was asking me, so okay.
Looks like you didn't target anything.
I did target him.
That's all right.
That's weird.
As you slice through, you manage to cleave through 2 of its legs as the spider sort of skitters and reacts in pain, giving sort of a gargled hissing sound. But that is it for you?
Yeah, I think I damaged myself, though.
Oh, did you?
I think I did.
No, it didn't, because it would only do the damage if I applied it, right? So.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, because you did 6. Yeah, because you had 23. That's where you were at.
I did.
So, all right, cool. I'm sorry. Modred, you're up. As you see, not only is this one there, you see several other spiders in the rafters and on the floor skidding across.
Which direction?
You can see there's one. I don't know, you can't see because from your view. Oh, because it's dark in here, so you can't see them. They're outside of your outside of your view. That's why. But you guys can see in the shadows coming other spiders. Unfortunately, Modred, your particular character can't quite see anything but the one that you just shot at, which was a miss. All right.
I'll be right back.
Yep. As another spider comes skittering across the webs. dropping down at Biamba. As the spider drops down, Biamba manages to evade its attack somehow, some way. As large as that thing is, it drops on the floor right past your feet as it raises up, attempting to bite through your thick hide armor, but unfortunately it does not. At least unfortunately for me. Biamba, you are up.
I'm going to target that one and try to shoot it with my bow. That's a miss. I'm going to try it again. That's a hit. And 3 points of damage.
Is that it for you?
That's all I got.
The spider comes. It's actually, I'm going to put it here, but it's actually about 8 feet above you guys. So, but it does not attack because it's in the webbing above you. This one comes right there. It's actually 5 feet above. So you cannot actually see this one, Hub. This one right in front of the door here. Oops. Because it's above the door frame that you can't see. But it is in the rafters.
Cool, DM, not cool.
Hey, man. You guys can see it. Just Hub can't see it. As this spider skitters across the floor. Nope, he cannot attack because it can only move 10 feet, so he cannot attack. Renoir, you are up.
All right. Renoir shouts, "Die, foul beast," as he swings his mace and squishes him, hopefully, like a bug.
Oh, as your mace.
So how missy is that miss?
You missed by 3.
Sure, since these guys have instant death poison, apparently, I'll use 3 of my saved up points.
Okay. That leaves you with 2 as you hit. Please describe for me how it looks when it hits the spider as you swing your mace down upon.
Overhead swing coming down upon its carapace and smashing him right on the back as its legs.
Okay. Go ahead and
then I'll roll a 1 after all that. But you know.
How funny would that be?
Really?
Excellent. Oh, you got it. Nice.
Yep. Yep. All right. Go ahead and deselect it so I can remove it from the list there. All right. Cool. Thank you, sir. All right. Is that it for you?
Yes, sir.
Hub.
All right, DM. I know you said I couldn't see it because he's up in the door frame.
Correct.
But I did have my short sword out, so I'd like to
Yep.
step forward.
Okay.
And while I'm being totally aware, if I see it up above me,
absolutely.
All right, I would like to immediately stab up with my short sword with a killing blow.
As soon as you step through the door, you see this dangling sort of a spider leg off to the right and glancing up. It's kind of like Sheba and Frodo as she was looking down and he looked up, and right before it pierces, you thrust your dagger or your sword up, but unfortunately you miss. The webs sort of get slight tangled in the way, sort of partially blocking your blow, unfortunately, and the spider was not hit.
Yeah, DM, I got a question for you. Can I
Yes.
take 1 step back to my right again?
Absolutely, you can.
Hub, are you borrowing my dice?
I am going to.
Yes.
Just so you were aware, though, doing so, you're stepping out of its range and it gets an attack of opportunity on you. If you want to do that or not.
No, I don't want to do that, DM.
Okay. I was just checking to see. Yeah, I'm going to have to say so because you were within 5 feet of it and then you moved out, and therefore, even though it's up, you still moved out. So anyway. All right, cool. So Hub remains where he is at as the other spider comes in and drops down to the floor, once again attacking our priest of Tritherion because they know that he's how you guys get healed. They're smart like that. But unfortunately, as the spider comes down, its fangs slam onto your shoulder, but your armor is way too thick and strong for it as it sort of ricochets off onto the floor. So this thing about the size, about twice the size of a chihuahua is gnawing at your feet as the last spider comes in and it's crawling across the ceiling. You guys can all see this thing as the webs are partially covering the ceilings. Even though they're slowly burning away, the spider comes crawling across the webs on the ceiling upside down, but stops right there as we go to the top of the order. And I am going to say that if a creature is within melee range, bows are ineffective. And if you want to use your bow as a melee weapon, it's going to be a -4 to attack.
Frack, you just said that before. You should have said it before I rolled.
Well, that's okay. I'll let you change your weapon. That's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant to say that previously when you did that. But yeah, it's definitely more difficult to fire. All right, is that everybody? I believe it is. All right. As the first spider, it's 8 feet up as it is now dropping to the floor in between the three of you. So I am going to roll a d6. A 1 or a 2 is Biamba. A 3 or a 4 is Modred. A 5 or a 6 is Mulgar. It attacks Modred.
Ooh.
Click the right creature. There we go. As it raises up with its fangs. And it hits.
Why did it have to hit?
It hits Modred. Oh no, this can't be good. And where am I? Oh.
There's nothing better than save or die.
Yeah. 3 hit points of piercing damage to Modred.
Well, y'all, it was nice knowing you.
No, come on, you got it. 20. Nat 20. You got it.
Yeah.
No.
No.
How many points you got?
How many points you got?
You
3, I think.
Yep. I will, and just because I hate save or die too, but I'll go with it. If somebody wants to donate any more points to him to allow him to save, I will allow that.
I've got 2. I'll donate whatever I got.
So Biamba has 5, Hub has 2, Modred's got 0 now. So Mulgar or Renoir? Mulgar has 5, Renoir has 2. He needs 2 more points.
You can have 2 of mine.
Okay. As that allows you to save. As it drops down, and tries to bite into you, although it manages to pierce you, your friend and companion Mulgar manages to do what in order to save the poison from being injected into him? What does he do to prevent the poison? No, not no.
I pee on him. I take my shield and I knock the spider.
There you go. So
sink his venom in.
Exactly, and as the fangs sort of pierce in and you cry out in pain, the instant reaction of Mulgar taking his shield knocks the spider away before the poison can be injected, saving you to fight at least one more time.
Thank you, my friend.
As the
Monkey just gave Hub a nat 20.
Hub now has a nat 20. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
We need that.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, the crowd support cheers.
Yep. As the spider here goes after Biamba. as it misses Biamba. As the next spider drops down onto Hub. Gotta move Hub here because I can't get to the dang spider. There we go. Ah, damn it. There we go.
I was trying to move my feet.
Yeah. I was. That's good. You're good. As it drops down on the Hub being a little too nimble for him, though, manages to dodge out of the way and is missed. Biamba, you have 3 spiders all around you. One in front has been hit already.
I'm going after the one I already hit.
Okay. Oh, as you miss. Yeah, and you miss by a significant amount, too.
Yeah.
Bulgar just received a 20 also.
Who did?
Monkey is the man. Gave us 20.
Yeah.
Who did it give?
Bulgar.
Oh, Mulgar got a nat 20? Okay.
Yeah, Hub got one and I got one.
All right. Thank you, sirs. Appreciate you, Monkey. Monkey out there saving the day. All right. So that was it for Biamba. Modred, the pain still throbbing in your leg. What do you do?
I'm casting magic missile.
Like it.
Oh, quick question. Can I use shield bash?
3 missiles? Huh?
You get, you get 2 missiles. I think the 3rd missile comes at 5th level. Somebody wants to correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 2.
No, that's correct. That's correct.
That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna have 1 missile go to this guy. I can't. The one between Hob and Biamba. Then I'm gonna have the other missile go to the one that attacked Hob.
Okay. Yep. I got you.
One for each one of them.
Yep, I got you. Just go ahead and cast it, and then I'll just take off the damage off. We're good.
2 5s. 2 5s.
I have no missiles left. What?
All you should do is just hang on. Let me do this here. I will target them both really quick here, and then I am going to do damage 2 missiles.
Woo.
Nice roll.
We like that rolling.
Yep. And it was enough to take them both out anyway, even though it was only, I should have only rolled, because it did 10 damage. Yeah, it did 10 damage each, but the one between them only had 4 hit points and the other one only had 5, so it's fine. They're both gone anyway. As you describe for me what people see as these magic missiles go blasting into these 2 spiders.
Modred begins waving his hands, and he starts chanting ancient mystic words, and 2 purple beams of light shoot from his fingertips. One goes in each direction, and when they hit the spiders, it actually penetrates the carapace, and they explode. You watch as all this mucus and muck come flying out on Mulgar, Hub, and Biamba as the remnants of the 2 spiders' innards are now part of your footwear.
Thanks.
Mulgar, you are up.
Now, can I get the one
yeah,
that's 8 feet up or not?
Well, it depends on what are you using?
I got a longsword.
I am going to say yes, you are able to, because it's 8 feet up. You're about 5 foot tall, 2 or 3 foot sword. Yep. You could jump and stab at it. I will say yes.
Okay. Well, you haven't seen me roll yet. I probably
as you go over, describe for me the action taken by Mulgar as he goes after the spider.
He can't quite get there, so he has to jump and drive the longsword up into it.
Okay, do your damage, please, sir. As you pierce through the spider, for a momentary lapse of time, it sticks to the webs, but as you sort of turn your blade slightly horizontal, using it to pull the spider out of the webbing into the floor where it smashes into the ground a small pool of blackish ochred blood oozing out of it where the blade once pierced its body. Nice.
That's all I got.
Renoir, you have two rather formidable opponents flanking your either side.
It looks like there's one directly to the left of me, but I can't actually see it in my map to target it.
Okay. Hang on, I will do this. I will move this one here and this one there. How's that? Better?
I can see one. It's close enough. I'll get it.
Cool. Whichever one you want. Yep. Okay, that'll work.
All right, we will take a swing at it. It's the only one I can really see to swing at, so it's good.
As you try to swing down on top of the spider, unfortunately, not enough.
Better swing.
Yep, exactly. Okay. As the spider, not much liking the fact that you wanted to get rid of him, so to speak, it is going to come back after you. Just slightly as it targets Renoir. Once again, it tries to bite into your thick, heavy-booted armor, but unfortunately it cannot make any sort of purchase, and its mandibles just sort of clink on metal. Hub.
All right, DM. Much like 1983, back when we were all innocent and didn't know any better, Hub moonwalks behind this spider. Like the first time that the moonwalk was cast on TV, and he stabs it with his short sword. Ineffectively.
Yep.
But he was close to a 20, though.
As the webbing begins to burn slightly, filling the room, just a little bit of smoke, but not too bad that it's going to interfere with what you guys are doing. As the other spider next to Renoir crumbles up and tries to get a piece of the action. As it too misses, for Renoir has a super ass armor class that I would have to roll like a 25 to hit.
No, apparently an 18 does it.
Yeah. As we to do a couple of these. All right, fellas, I am removing the dead ones from, should be 3 then. Right.
So is there a reason why the spiders don't show on the combat tracker?
You know something? It's because they're showing as being invisible. Yeah, they're showing as being invisible. So, okay. Yeah, so I need to, I think I accidentally, I took one out of the tracker, and I need to,
Thank you.
Yep, I need to do that, and then I need to remove one. Let's see if he's in. He is in. He is in. Okay. All right, so I got the 3 in there. Hub, I still need your initiative roll. Not sure if you rolled it or...
Sorry, DM. I was out here trying to get rid of the panda person.
No worries, brother. All right, as Biamba, you are up, as you can see. All right, where did my other spider go? Okay, yeah, there he is.
So I target him, and I'm gonna try to hit him. Missed again.
Man, it's only got an armor class 6. Come on now.
It's you. These dice.
Yeah.
Every freaking time.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, I might have to swap my dice out. These ones suck.
As this spider goes up after Mulgar. as he tries to shift tactics, tired of trying to chew on... Oh, crap. Tired of trying to chew on the metal armor of Renoir. He seeks the easier biting through the leather of Mulgar, but unfortunately cannot. Hub.
Not going to moonwalk. This time I'm straight stabbing.
Right.
Is that spider aware of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, these dice are... I'm changing dice.
All right. I want to see something really quick. I need to go back up to where we rolled initiative to see what... Mulgar, you already went, right? No. Yeah.
No, I haven't gone yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I need to look. So you're using a longsword, right?
Yep.
All right, so you had an 8. So I accidentally took you out of initiative and had to put you back, so I need to find out where you're at. All right, so you will go after this spider.
As this anyway, so.
As this spider goes after Biamba, because me kill good. As he bites. As he hits. As Biamba suffers 4 hit points of piercing damage. And I need a saving throw versus poison, sir.
I'm going there. I don't remember if this thing automatically takes it out.
It does. It does. It automatically, as you make your save, as you get your +4, as you roll a 16. Nice. You feel the injection of poison, but your hardy constitution manages to fight off whatever it may have been trying to do to you. Mulgar, you're up.
I am chopping right through this one.
Or not.
Or swinging and missing completely. Okay.
Let's see. You missed by 2. If you want to take that, you've got 3 points left. It's up to you.
No, I think we need those for the saves. So
okay. Roger that. Okay. Good call. Renoir.
All right, I'm targeting this one next to me.
Okay.
And doing a mighty, mighty swing. I said mighty.
Oh, you missed by 1 too. That's hilarious.
I actually am going to use one of my points because I think it's better to kill him than to let him swing again.
All right. Yeah, it leaves you with 1 point left.
Yes, sir.
It only had 2 hit points left too. That's hilarious. Go ahead and deselect it if you would.
Yes, sir.
It's hilarious. Let me see which one. Okay. All right, Modred, you're up.
Do I need to select both of them or cast a spell and then select?
Select both of them first and then click cast, and then only do one. When you cast, only do one because it'll do the same damage to both of the creatures that you have targeted.
Okay, because I'm going to send 1 missile to each one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not this spell. Hold on. Wrong spell.
All right, you didn't cast. You didn't select the other one. For damage purposes, you need to select them both. So
it's not. How do I select both? I'm doing
so
I hit control.
Control T. I always double right click. I think that works too.
But when I double right click, it takes it off the other one.
I'm not a player, so I know how I can do it. Players, you need to tell them how is he.
Hold down the shift button and click on them one at a time.
There we go. There you go. And then when you do damage, only do 1 missile.
Okay.
Because that way it'll do the same damage to both spiders. As both of the missiles, please explain what we see as the missiles erupt from your fingertips into said spiders.
Once more, he says his magical incantation, and little shards of purple light shoot from his fingertips. It splits apart. One goes to each spider, penetrating the carapace, and then it explodes.
There is 1 spider left as we go back to the top of the order. Make sure you deselect those, Modred, so that I can get rid of the 1 spider.
too
All
far.
right. As you guys see, there is one spider left. It has been severely eviscerated by the magic missile. It's got big burn marks all over its carapace, and its face is like partially melted from the force of the blast. Hub, not sure who's targeting you, but maybe you're targeting yourself, or maybe Modred targeted you.
Myself accidentally, DM.
Whew. No, that's good. I thought he targeted you and hit you with a magic missile. That'd have been kind of bad. But anyway, Modred's still waiting on you for initiative. If you don't want to do anything, you just click the dice and on the combat and counter tab, and it'll roll a general. But that being said, Biamba, you are up.
Oh, wrong die.
It's all good.
I'm gonna work my way to there. I guess that's still within attacking distance, right?
Yeah.
Hit. Finally.
Nice.
Damage.
As Biamba, tired of fooling around with these damn spiders, gets in and manages to take the last of the spiders out, ending the potentially deadly encounter with whatever is here. As you can see, the webbings are beginning to burn, slowly kind of creeping their way around the room, beginning to ignite some of the underflooring where the webbing up above is.
Oh, we're gonna burn the place down. Nice.
Yeah, DM, I'd like to use my hairy feet and stamp out some of those flames if possible.
Okay, tell me how you are going to do it with the ceiling being 8 feet tall and the webbing that's getting burnt is along the ceiling. And because there's in like the corners of the room and some of the ceiling have rather thick webbing, that's where the webs are igniting a lot and creating like I don't want to say a full bonfire, but at least a tiny little fire. And it's causing the underside of the floor from upstairs, i.e. the roof down here, the floor upstairs, to sort of ignite slightly. How do we want to try to put out?
I look down at him. I look down at Hub and I say, "Uppies."
Yeah, I'm gonna leap up. I'm gonna leap up and utilizing my sword. Just my short sword, try and slice where the web is attached, so that it'll fall down and get away from the incendiary, where the floor is, and then I can stomp it out with my feet.
All right, go ahead and give me a pair of dexterity checks, please, to see if you and Biamba, working in concert, can get your blades. So you manage to get one of the areas and run over and stomp it out, and then immediately you get the other area and get it stomped out as well. And fortunately now, you just have tiny little burning embers on the floor, which is made of stone and earth, cracked stone really. Looks like it hasn't been maintained in a while. This basement itself is much like the rest of the house. It looked like at one time it held goods and stores down here and whatnot, but it's very moldy and damp. But interestingly, there's a flight of stairs going up, leading out of this basement.
What? We didn't find?
I'd like to look for a secret door down here, DM. It seems odd that there is such a circumstances.
Okay, go ahead and give me a search for secret doors, if you would.
Yeah, we might as well search over here.
Okay. So as you guys search around, okay, yeah, his dice hit mine. Hub, as everybody's searching around the room, Hub, you just noticed at the top of the stairs, the door itself is actually built into the wall, and you can tell that from this side it looks fairly normal, but it's obvious that on the other side, the way it's built in, it's like flush with the wall, so that more than likely, in your experience in working with hidden doors and panels and whatnot, The other side of the door is probably a secret on the other side, but it's not secret from this side. So there's probably upstairs in one of the rooms, there's probably a false wall or something that opens up to allow entry to this. But you guys just never saw it when you were upstairs.
Right. Well,
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Does it look like there's any type of nest or anything from the spiders?
Yes, the remnants of the spider's nest collapses in the upper right-hand corner of the room, along with all the other detritus over there. But that's where the majority of the nest area was. It was the thickest of the webs.
I want to go look through it, see if there's anything in there of
All
value.
right. Go ahead and give me a search check, please.
While he's doing that, I'm going to pull out my wand of unseen servant and say the command word and produce an unseen servant.
Okay. As suddenly Jeeves shows up.
Jeeves, clean this house up and bring me anything you find of value.
Okay. Mulgar, yeah, as you're searching through all of the junk and whatnot, doesn't appear to be anything really of value with these spiders.
Damn spiders. Couldn't even have the decency to have a long sword plus 5 or something.
Yeah, I know. It's the Vorpal Blade. I should give you a Vorpal Blade just to spite Monkey.
At least.
I was thinking a Vorpal Blade or a Holy Avenger just to spite Monkey for giving you guys those nat 20s.
Okay, I'm going to go up the stairs.
Okay. At the top of the stairs, you can see Hub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just see if I can't open the door and just look at it to see what methods they use to mask it and hide it. Maybe it'll help me in the future so I won't miss one.
Okay. As you sort of push on this side, there's no sort of handle or anything. It looks like it literally just pushes from this side and perhaps pulls from upstairs, wherever it was. But regardless, when you push this door open, you guys find you're looking into the ruined study upstairs.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I let everybody know, hey, guys, look at that. We missed one. We need to do a better job next time.
Yes, we do.
So now you find that you can return upstairs from this, or you can go outside and around the back door. It's up to you how you guys would prefer to.
I'd say we go through the study.
Sure.
Don't forget we still have to go back and see Allustan. So
y'all don't want to go through the back door?
All right. So we going up these stairs then, I take it?
Yes, DM.
I'll just put it on the map. Doesn't matter. All right. So as you guys open up the door, as I said, you find yourselves once again in the upstairs room. And right here between the two bookcases, right here in the wall there, Hub, is where the secret panel was that pulls open and allows access to downstairs.
All right. I'm just going to make sure I looked at it real good and then go, all right, I guess we got to go see this sage fellow.
I'm going to put a door there here really quick.
I mutter, I'm not sure we shouldn't have let this whole thing burn down.
Come on, it's got character. We put a little money in it, and it'll be a nice place to live.
Give me just a second here. Give me just a second here. I'm going to build into this a secret door.
I think our characters had more death saves in this house than we've had anywhere else.
There we go. So, like I said, right here there is a door that now opens up that allows you guys to enter into the basement area, and I'll just leave that open. So, cool. All right, so we're heading back to Allustan's. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. As you guys depart, it's probably about 6 in the evening by the time you guys head out of the house and want to head your way back to Allustan. Why does that for me? But all right, you guys find yourselves once again back outside the house, heading back to Allustan. Takes you maybe 15 or so minutes in order to get there. Yeah.
I leave Dogga 2 at the house to guard it.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to drag him down with you. I was getting ready to drag him down with you. All right. As I said, you managed to get back to Allustan's house. It's early evening, 6-ish or so. The sun itself has already mostly set on the backside of the western hills leading out of town, casting long shadows in the cold evening as the temperature begins to drop. The precipitation for the day is sort of tapered off mostly. But you find yourself once again at his well-appointed home, standing at the front door. What do we do?
On the door.
You're going to open the door?
Knock on it.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you said open the door. I'm like, okay, guys are getting pretty familiar with this guy. Knocking on the door, much like as always, a few minutes pass when an unseen servant opens the door, allowing you guys to enter into Allustan's home. You are escorted into the study area where refreshments and whatnot are provided for you. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes pass when Allustan finally arrives. He is wearing his evening robe, sort of a smoking jacket type of affair, loose-fitting trousers, well-made silk-looking type jacket. He has a pipe that he appears to be puffing on, although he appears more contemplative than enjoying the pipe tobacco. As he looks up, So, what do you think of your new home, my friends? Is it everything you ever hoped it would be?
It's a fixer-upper for sure.
If it wasn't
Yes.
like that, I'd kill you right now.
Huh?
It seemed to be slightly infested.
Well, yes, so you can imagine nobody has lived there for quite some time. It's understandable that there may be a rodent or two taking up residence in it, but hopefully it was not anything you couldn't easily manage.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
It
it's
was a cake.
I should have brought a carcass of that centipede and the spiders. You call
Stu-
these rodents?
And the sturges.
That was a house
yeah,
of
that-
corpse.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Was there something other than perhaps rats
Got
or
a snake, centipedes, sturges, rats.
sturges? You say sturges?
spiders.
Well, rats, spiders, snakes. Obviously, these are just nature's way of. Nature abhors a vacuum, my friends. If you did not know that, when one thing moves out, something moves in. So this is why it was necessary for you to go there first and to ensure that it was clean. But you have cleaned it? Is there anything remaining to be done there?
Let my unseen servant clean the house.
See, then
I think we killed everything that was living, but we don't know for sure.
I have spoken with those at the general store. Perhaps if you speak with them, they may be able to give you deals, perhaps on furniture and whatnot. But again, I do not know what your taste is in furniture and attire and whatnot. But I'm sure Taggin will provide you with a good deal. But so please join me as he sort of offers you guys chairs with which to sit around a table. As I said before, refreshments are provided in terms of snack type foods, dried meats, cheeses, fresh fruit, drink ale, etc. That he provides.
Modred requests is a kettle of hot water.
Of course. And shortly thereafter, a small tea kettle is placed on a burner, which will probably take about 5 minutes or so before it begins to...
I drink some ale and I bleed on his table.
Renoir never turns down a gift that's given, so he'll just dig in.
Well, you're
picking out things out of my boots.
As you guys are cleaning yourselves up, and you kind of take notice of him as he, although he has a sly way of doing it, he's definitely eyeing all of you, perhaps to gauge your competitiveness or whatnot. But the first thing he does is he reaches into one of the pockets of his smoking jacket, and he pulls out a piece of cloth that is wrapped, and he slowly unwraps it, and it's
a piece of what?
A piece of cloth that's been wrapped. And he unwraps it in his hand, and in his hand you see Mulgar's spectacles that he gave him, his glasses that he gave him. I have spent a couple of days looking at these, my friend, and he sort of hands them back to Mulgar. They are interesting, curious, and I can tell you they have been fashioned not by the hands of our world's artisans, but nor are they imbued with any arcane or divine spark that I can find. But these have been born from realms beyond the mortal veil, another place, alien, distant even. If you place these before your eyes, these devices shall temper the fierce assault of bright light upon your visage. Whether the sun's unyielding gaze outside or the harsh conditions of overly bright light indoors, these shall grant you sort of a gentle shield across your eyes against such intensity. I would treat them with reverence if I were you, for they are, as I said, artifacts of a distant origin. Their purpose more of a quiet mercy amid the glare of existence, one might say. And he, as I said, he hands these glasses back to you.
Did you find the maker's mark on those glasses?
There were not, unfortunately.
It said made in China.
No, there was a man by the name of Ray, I believe, who made these. And that's exactly what, for all intents purposes, they are a pair of well-made sunglasses.
Well, I got 3 pairs of Ray-Bans. They're they're good quality.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for looking at them.
Oh, you are most welcome. It's just fascinating things that you can find in places such as the cairns here in there have been gods have walked the paths of stone and earth in this world, and so it is by far fascinating what one may discover, and I am much indebted to you for having brought them to me for research. But what I feel is just as important is within the cairns you discovered these various glyphs in ruins. I managed to pull out several tomes of research and spent many hours digging through. And from what you have shown me, there stood 7 wind dukes that I could ascertain from the archaic glyphs that you transcribed from the, I guess, the wind chamber, as you say, where you saw these pictographs etched upon the walls with the funnel of air. And the glyphs that you found there represented 7 of the major dukes, what they were known as the wandering dukes, those exalted beings who forsook the great war. They left the great war in the capable hands of their armies so that they might search out the secrets of the rod of law. There is a tome by the name of the Chronicle of Chan that names these wind dukes, the first being Amophar, the others are Darbos, Emoniel, Ecosiel, Penander, Oda-G, and Uriel. Though their names perhaps are not important, the fact that they are those who sought the multiverse for those pieces that were able to be used to formulate the rod of law that ultimately caused the downfall of the Queen of Chaos, and in particular struck down the Demon Queen's general, her most trusted ally, Miska the Wolf Spider. These icons that you found are a solemn testament to their exile and quest, preserved amidst the whispering stones of the cairn, and they are eternal reminders of the Order's fragile vigil, watching that evil shall no longer return to this world. So it was most interesting what you found, and the fact that this chamber that you found belonged to Ecosiel, one of the 7, is most fortuitous. And I am sure that further research will find even more information. So I thank you for that as well.
What was his name again?
Ecosiel.
So Ecosia, he's the guy that was up in that final chamber?
Yes. The whole cairn was apparently dedicated to the tomb of Ecosiel, one of the 7 wandering dukes that went out to find the parts for the Rod of Law, which historically... Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, who is Zosiel again?
Zosiel is actually the general. I'm sorry, Ecosiel is the general. Zosiel was... You're correct. The tomb was Zosiel. My bad. The tomb was Zosiel. Ecosiel was the general that Zosiel worked for. So Zosiel was a hero who apparently was such a hero that he was given a rather large tomb dedicated to himself. And so only those wind dukes of import had tombs such as this. So Zosiel, that was his tomb. Ecosiel is the general, or the senior, if you will, wind duke, who was one of the wandering dukes who went and put the Rod of Law together. Commonly what you guys would call the Rod of 7 parts, but it's still called the Rod of Law.
Alistair, did your writing speak of the guy, Zosiel, I think his name was, having a sphere of annihilation? Because I found this control rod in his tomb.
I believe, based on the depictions that you provided for me and the research that was done, Zosiel fell in battle to Mishka the wolf spider, who controlled such a device. So it is quite possible that in his entombment they lay the what's the word I'm looking for? The impetus of his destruction with him, that it may never again be used on another such as himself. And so...
Then where did these horns come from then, if it wasn't from his foe? And I pull up the horns that we found.
There were many that foe... I mean, that was Mishka the wolf spider. I am certain that when she was destroyed by the rod, as she had been the one to destroy Zosiel, the Wind Dukes gathered and put the defeated foe with Zosiel, for he was obviously much loved by his people. And so as artifacts and trophies of his life well lived and well fought, they put these in his tomb, forever reminding those of who he was and what he endured.
So, what's the range on one of these? If I was to try to activate it, if there's a sphere of annihilation within a mile, would it work?
I do not know. This will require much more research and more than my books have. Perhaps if you happen to travel to the Free City, the Great Library there has much more information about such artifacts, and the guilds there perhaps provide better guidance. But my meager library here does not proffer me detail on this particular item. Or if you have spell, an identify spell would probably grant you at least some more information.
You got any more of those 100 gold piece pearls?
I do not. However, if you go in town, we actually have a if you go to Tidwode's, Tidwode the jeweler typically has gems and pearls and jewelry and such, as well as being able to change out coins and whatnot. He is a rather trusted, if a little greedy, typically charging a 10% fee on transactions. But regardless, he is well respected and well known as a jeweler and moneylender here in town.
Okay.
And that's building number 5, by the way, if anybody wants to take a note. That's Tidwode's Jewelers. And lastly, what I brought you here most to speak of. I have not been able to do all of the research myself, and I am still waiting for information, as well as from the city, as well as other friends that I have bid contact to. But in the annals of history, etched upon templed walls, forgotten epochs, heed these words of warning. And he sort of pulls out this parchment, and it's almost like he's reading from it. Seekers of the truth, the Ebon Triad, which immediately raises the hackles on the back of your head. A veiled cabal of shadowed worshippers that has long cast its influence upon Diamond Lake and its regions. Rumors this day persist of the veiled scribes and trembling villagers of a hidden temple consecrated to an ancient evil, one that the cult has invoked and perhaps still employs to this day. in rites of binding and ascension. Let not curiosity propel you into these depths unaware and unprepared, for such investigations invite ruin upon the unwary. Abide instead in patience while deeper researches unfold, lest the triad's lingering grasp claim you as it has so many before. This script of tome was found in a bit of lore a friend and colleague found within some tomes within the Free City Library. As I said, their research capability is far outweighs anything I could ever offer you here. However, it is said that this ebon triad of which you spoke has been here before. I do not know when or how long, but it is told that there was a temple of some sort in the Cairn Hills in the Diamond Lake region. And while I do more research, I fear that beneath the Dowerstone mine of what you have described to me from this necromancer and from Balabar Smenk's involvement, that it is quite possible that we are speaking of the same thing. And he kind of waves the piece of paper as he says it. But I would ask that you take caution and care before moving forward with any plans that you may have to investigate further, for I still have research, for I do not know what foes you may yet encounter, and perhaps doing so would give you at least the preparation necessary before you decide to go forward. But I believe that ultimately we are going to have to just find out what is in the Dowerstone mines. And hopefully it is nothing, but if it is something, according to what you have told me, it could have dire portents for not just Diamond Lake, but for the world itself. And his eyes kind of raise up as he draws in a heavy draw of tobacco and blows out a heavy smoke ring, trying to look all enigmatic and fortune-tellery.
How much time has passed since we put the tea kettle on?
I am going to say that while he was talking, you were able to take your and heat up enough that you can make your tea.
All right, so Modred does that while we're talking. While he's talking. That house that you gifted us.
Yes.
There's a mine entrance in the back. Does it connect to that other mine? Do you know?
That has been here and abandoned long before I came. My understanding, however, is that mine has long since collapsed and there is no passages left, but perhaps 15 feet in, and then the remainder of the mine has simply collapsed over time. So I know not.
And then,
How much longer do you need to do the research before we should venture on in?
I cannot say, but I would like at least a couple, 3 days perhaps.
and this mine is owned by Schmenk, is that correct?
The mine, Dowerstone mine, is owned by a dwarf by the name of Rangelin Dowerstone. Balabar Smenk is a mine owner, but he's kind of like a competing mine owner, so it's interesting that he has anything to do with Dowerstone. Balabar Smenk is kind of like the top of the food chain. He's kind of like the top dog when it comes to mines. Dowerstone's like right up there with him. But what Balabar has going on, you're not really sure, other than what Filch told you guys, that Filch, told you guys that somehow he was involved, not really sure what, but he was kind of spooked by what he found when he went down there. So
Do you have any clout with Dowerstone? Because that's a pretty well-protected, fortified mine, and we do not wish to fight our way in.
Oh, this is smart. The mine, I can tell you that Dowerstone is a rather unliked mine manager. While his soldiers, his city or his guard that guards his mines, while they are loyal to him, it is mostly because he turns a blind eye to those soldiers who would otherwise go above and beyond to rectify a situation. And apparently he pays his guards well, but his mine workers not so much. So I would suggest, if possible, if you could look and investigate and perhaps get an idea of what it may take to sneak into the mines. Probably at night would be better. Getting past the guards would be the most difficult part. But if you're in the mines, typically the soldiers don't go inside. Although I will say the mine foremen are rather heinous individuals as well. So be careful of the mine foremen inside. But the miners themselves, I would think, would give you no trouble. It might even be helpful for the right persuasion.
Okay. Now, are most of the miners dwarves, or they're human?
A little bit of mix. I will say that the soldiers or the guards during the day are primarily human. The guards at night are primarily dwarf because they see at night better. Although I have seen some humans working the guards at night, primarily dwarf. But inside the mines, primarily dwarf, but there are humans here and there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So.
Now, where do these workers spend their leisure?
Most of the time in either the Emporium or one of the taverns that you may find. The Feral Dog, of course. The Hungry Gar is a rather popular place for soldiers, and that's building 8, by the way. Feral Dog is number 3. The Hungry Gar is number 8. And there are a couple of old places some of the old guys go. For example, the Rusty Bucket is an old restaurant that used to do a lot of fish right along the edge of the water. And you guys have seen the Rusty Bucket. You've actually walked past it as you guys went out east of town when you were heading off to bury the bones of Allustan land. So when you guys took the side road or the main road along the edge of town and went outside, that's called the vein. The vein is kind of the main road. Vein, by the way, like a vein of ore. The vein is kind of the main road that runs along the south edge of town. That was like one of the first roads. It's one of the biggest and oldest roads. But a lot of the stuff down there is dilapidated and old, and some of the newer buildings are more away from the water. But anyway, bottom line is the Rusty Bucket is a place that some of the old school folks go. The miners really that's kind of their go-to tavern is the Gar. The Feral Dog's kind of a mixed match of soldiers and guards, and but the Emporium again is kind of like everything. It's like a drug house, a whore house, a restaurant, a flop house, you name it. It's all kind of built into one. It's like one big smorgasbord of decadence in the Emporium. So hopefully that explained.
Yeah. What do you think about me and you tonight going to take a look at the mine and see about the guard shifts and see what we can learn?
I mean, what happened last time you guys went off about your Mary Cells by yourself?
We're not going to go into any buildings or houses or anything along, and we survived barely, but survived.
I think we should talk to the common miner. They know all the mines and they know the shifts and they should be able to give us information. They're
Okay,
certainly
we can
more
try that.
trustworthy than the owners.
Well, no, I wasn't going to go talk to the owner. I just wanted to get my eyes on the mine and just see kind of what it looks like to kind of formulate some kind of plan.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea if you're gonna like case the place, you know what I'm saying, and see potential.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which one of these taverns is closest to it? That's probably where the miners hang out.
Well, and that's what I said. Most of the taverns, inns, and everything is centralized around the center of town. And I call it the center of town, but it's really the south side of town because it's right by the water. That's where everything originally was built. So that's sort of where like the trade store is. That's where the Emporium is. That's where the there's a bar called the Feral Dog. And Ronnie or Ian, I know you weren't here at the time when Hub was being played, but that's sort of the first tavern that you guys went into and started meeting up and stuff like that. So the Feral Dog, and it's all around the center of town. And if you look at the main map on the VTT, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It literally is all around. So you've got the Emporium. Lazaire's house is kind of an upscale place. The Feral Dog, you got the Temple of St. Cuthbert. Tidwoad's is number 5. That's the general store that I said. Obviously, the sheriff's got a little jail cell there. The general store is the big one, number 7. The Hungry Gar, right? So all those like right there in the center of town.
The Rusty Bucket was where the old timers were?
So the Rusty Bucket is it's a restaurant. It's not really a bar, but a lot of some of the old time miners, those that have been around a while, kind of long for better days. So they go to some of the older establishments, which are sort of along the vein down there. And so, yeah, that tavern is definitely, at one time it was like very specialized with fish and stuff like that. But now it's different just because of the fact that Diamond Lake over the years, the water's become so polluted from the smelting and ore and stuff like that it's not conducive to fishing. It's rather sludgy, if you will. But
Hey,
I would get.
Should we talk with the Church of St. Cuthbert, given what we know of this pestilence that may be in that mine?
Or the Church of Jaskar.
Or the Church of Jaskar. That is correct.
And they might have a line on some inexpensive potions and healing scrolls, maybe.
Could be.
Or some salves or something. You guys think it might be handy if we tapped into those halfling miners that we met at the Feral Dog that when we first met? I mean,
yeah, I think we should definitely start with the miners. If we can find out if those guys work in the mine that we're looking for. Other than that, I think I could try going to this what's the Rusty Bucket, and we got the old timers there, and they might be willing to talk and spill some information about the mine.
Yep. So if you guys look on the really quick here, and I just want to point this out, and I only point it out just because Biamba brought it up. So building 25 is the Rusty Bucket. Caddy corner from that, I mean, across the street to the right on the map, you see the words the vein on the map, but right across the street where I am sort of popping right there, that is the Church of Jaskar. That is the Church of Jaskar right there.
Very small. Must not be an important god.
It's a new church. It's, new guy in town. So.
All right.
But Jaskar is very much similar to dwarven deities, but he's a human side of like dwarven deities, known for like mountains and rocks and stuff like that. So I think the priest of Jaskar could probably tell you more. But with that being said, we are going to take a break.
Okay.
And hopefully people will be back when we come back. Good game so far. In the meantime, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. Hopefully the music isn't bothering everybody. At least it's coming across, I hope. Yeah, it really depends. I'm not sure. I mean, you guys should be able to reduce. Yeah, but this one is for the break, so I don't know if you guys can do it because it's not on Foundry. It's Monkey's music. Alright, can you guys hear me now without the music? Yeah, I will look and see if there's a way that I can lower that music. Volume here, so it's only going to be yours. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can. There we go. I can do this. That's better. Hey.
I found out where to do it.
Yeah. But is that the, well, oh no, so you guys don't, oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, because I have, Monkey made some tracks of music for us that he so graciously donated, and that is actually what's playing through my VTT into Twitch. So can you guys hear the music out on Twitch? Yeah, Monkey. I got it on. It actually, I had it hidden on my OBS studio. I had to right click and deselect it so it would show again. But I just want to make sure. Can you guys at least hear the music and it's not like too?
Yeah, I can hear the music when I unmute Twitch. It comes across. It's kind of like...
Okay.
I turned the volume up on Twitch and I can't hear it at all.
How's that, Monkey? Any better? Okay. Yeah, I just lowered a little, but anyway, yeah. Worst case scenario, you guys can just mute Twitch. It's not like you actually have to listen because you can hear, right? So anyway.
Yeah, like I said, my problem wasn't Twitch. Mine was the BT.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. I'm sorry, we started late again. So we will see you. Actually, yeah, I'll do 15 because I need to go take care of some stuff for the wife too. So I'll start it and we will see you in 15 minutes. Hopefully you'll be back. If not, don't forget to try to catch us Friday. Hopefully. Trying to get my last player to get his character made. They promised me they're going to get it done. And that'll give us 5. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, we'll be back in a few. Thanks for hanging with us, guys. again. Showing. Be angry. It's not gonna work. Weird.
does anybody think about building a giant wooden raft and hiding inside?
Okay, we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's me. They're they. Or them. I'm not sure how this pronoun stuff works, but I think I got it right. Oh, yeah. It's called English. That's how it works.
I'm a fuck ye.
Thanks for the sub out there, Asher. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Asher is a longtime supporter. Flip a coin. It was either him or a Gomrin or Excel, but I think Excel I gave one the other day. So Asher, you're up. A Gomrin, you know you're my favorite. You've been here for 4 years, man. I think a Gomrin was like one of the first, easily the top first 5 people to actually give us a follow, which I thought was kind of cool. So players not included. I don't even know if all my players followed when they first started, but give me just a second here. I'm trying to get set up. I was playing with my cat and got sidetracked. No, this is my water. Back off, cat. Back. I have
My dog.
I moved my camera. I don't know if you could tell from how I've been streaming before. It used to be more down in front of me here. I used to have one of those ring lights. Never used it. Never thought it never worked for me. It's just, maybe I got the cheap, shitty one. But it never worked. But I used it because my camera had a, here. Oh, I think it's this little dealy bob. And you can just undo it and wrap it around the bar, and it would hold my camera steady. And so I just got tired of having that sit there. I'm like, why am I having this thing plugged into my computer when I don't need it? So I got rid of it, and then I had to find a way. I've got 2 monitors together, and my camera kind of sits up there. It's balanced, but it's kind of a grip type of a balance, the way it's got it set up. So anyway, I've got it like sitting up here. So anyway, I have no idea where I was going with that, but so I used to have this guy sitting up on top of my screens. There's my my familiar. Sometimes he like sits on my shoulder and shit. There you go, Logitech with duct tape. I actually asked my wife. I said, "Do we have any masking tape, or box tape, so I could tape it up there?" It was the same thing. But anyway, used to have this sitting up there, but now I have it sitting on my desk. And my cat, you can see it's got a little strap that goes around your arm and shit like that. My cat likes to like attack it, and the tail. It's like, and so I have it sitting exactly how I want it on my desk. And then I look over there, and it's like she's almost knocking my camera down because she's hitting my familiar, which in turn hits my monitor, which in turn causes my camera to rattle. And I'm like, you little turd, stop. So yeah, she's attacking it now. Look, dude. All right, I'm just gonna put this up here, and if you muck with it, I'm gonna muck with you. Think about that. Anyway, give me just a second. Like I said, I was mucking with my cat, and I lost track of time. All right, here we are. Players, are we all back? Let me unpause the game so we can do. If you just joined us, our party is doing absolutely nothing, which is how we like it.
Let's divide up that treasure.
There was hardly any, really. But yeah, okay.
You want to divide it up? You want to divide it up now, or do you want to wait till the end of the session? Usually, I mean, we can, like at the end of the session, we can halt about maybe 10 minutes early and then spend the last 10 minutes of parsing out the treasure, unless there's something you specifically needed it for.
Well, I do think that silver ring would look good on Hub's foot.
You got the 8 copper, 3 agates. There was nothing else you guys got tonight, right? That was the last thing they gave you?
Correct.
Yep.
I got a little bit last week.
And I believe, just for clarification, that silver ring that you guys had, that's where you got that from Filge, and you detected magic, and that ring was magical, was it not?
Right.
I believe so.
I'm almost
We
positive
can go
it's a
back
ring
to
of
the.
protection.
Oh, well, that's before my time, DM, so I didn't know that.
Nope, that's totally
I
fine,
think
sir.
I think it's a +1 ring of protection.
How do we know that?
Just because I'm
That's
a
what's
wizard
written
and I
into
do
the.
history.
It's what's written into the log.
Yeah, but you just haven't had it identified yet.
I have no idea how the identification came about.
Because I didn't want to forget. So a lot of times if it's going to be a while, I'll just say what it is if it's not that big of a deal. But other ones, you guys have solved the puzzle by testing and stuff without having to use that.
You mean it wasn't his mom's ring? He lied?
It could have been his mom's ring. Could have been. So you guys have departed dear old Allustan's home roughly 7:30 in the evening. You've been there for a little over an hour. As you come outside and the chill wind blows, you can see even in the fading, the sun's been down for a while, but there are lampposts about the town. You can see the heavy smoke pouring from the various chimneys of the roaring fires inside. Dotted lights here and there peeking out from heavy curtains, and to the main center of town is where most of the light does come from. Particularly the two-story structure of the Temple of St. Cuthbert shining light outside, as it is midweek and there are services going on within that particular temple. But regardless, you guys now are free to head wherever you want. I know we had discussed going to the Rusty Bucket. We had talked about going to the Hungry Gar, which is kind of a place where the miners like to go. You've got the Feral Dog, which Modred is more than willing to run back to at all speed. But yeah, let's kind of decide what we want to do and when we want to do it, and let's get to it.
Yeah,
I got a nat 20. We can go get in a bar fight.
I'm thinking since the Rusty Bucket is kind of a dinner place, we can go there for dinner before it's too late. Otherwise, there won't be anybody there. I don't know what
Anybody else?
I don't care.
Again, you don't have to
I'll
go. You do not have to go as a group. I know you always talk about not splitting the party, but if times like these, if you guys want to split, you can definitely do that. It is a completely wide open map for you to go where you want to go.
How much light is there tonight? Like from the moon or the stars?
So the majority of the day was, well, in the early part of the day, it was sort of a heavy participation of snow. But as I said, as it got later in the day, the temperatures dropped, but the participation kind of waned. The evening tonight is partly cloudy. You have, in actuality, Luna, which is the larger of the two moons, was just full a couple of days ago, so it's just slightly working its way back down. And Selene, which is the smaller of the two moons, was a new moon just a couple of days ago. So one of them was completely out and the other one was completely full. Now, Selene has a bit of a sliver and Luna has lost a little bit of a sliver. So it's pretty bright when the clouds aren't covered. So you get, I'm going to say you got some decent moonlight out here for sure.
Not the perfect night for scouting, but we'll see. Okay, I'll follow whoever. Somebody lead.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, right? You got shadowy, so you got cover, but at the same time, there's not a lot of light, so you might not be able to see much.
I say we got 14, 15, and 16 right next door. Why not just start at 14 and work our way up? We can go, what do they call those? What, bar crawls or?
Bar crawl it is. Man.
Let's just start at 14 and do it.
Okay. So as you guys sort of move down, you can see that there are a couple of rather large structures off to the one side. First of all, you can see where 14 is. That's known as the Midnight Salute, and the building next to it is called the Spinning Giant. And for that sake, the where are we? Does it even have the descriptions here? So the Spinning Giant is a two-story, which is building 15, by the way. The Spinning Giant, you can see, is a large two-story structure. It is a tavern, and you can see that coming in and out as you guys approach are soldiers, all wearing the garb of the garrison of the town of Diamond Lake. Although there are other folks coming in and out, some regulars without apparent armor. It's obvious that the Spinning Giant is a place that is attended to frequently by garrison soldiers. Inside, you can hear shouts and stomping, and in particular, every so often you hear a roar, a deep-bellied roar, and heavy, heavy footfalls of stomping. And where that came from, you are not sure. The Midnight Salute is the local whorehouse, for lack of a better term. And as you approach, you can see girls hanging out the windows on their balconies, even in this chilly night, and wrapped in wool scarves that are sort of wrapped down their bodies. You can tell that there's not much on underneath as they're waving to you, catcalling you for come on up, give first-timer specials. If your gold is good, I'll be better. They scream out to you as you guys walk past. So those are sort of your two.
Hub already knows places like that go crazy for his feet, so he's not too interested in going into there.
Yeah, once again, it seems like we got soldiers and we got whores, and I'm not sure that's really getting us what we want.
Maybe we should go up and look at 16. Although 15, if you have soldiers, they might have information. But
you guys have been at 16 before. 16 is called the Captain's Blade, and that's actually a weapons shop. They actually sell various blades and other such sundry.
All right, DM. I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to let the guys know, hey, guys, I'm going to go into number 14 here, the Den of Iniquity.
Yep, the Midnight Salute.
If I'm not out in 15 minutes, come in and get me. And DM, I'm going to go in there with the sole intention of just trying to find out some information about the mine, people that go there, people that work there, things like that. I'm not looking to spend any time with any ladies, but I will pay for them for their.
As you steps through the entryway doors into another world entirely, as cold and stark as it is outside, inside, it's like walking into warm buttered bread as the smells of various perfumes mixed with the stink of workers' sweat kind of mingle together to give a heady aroma. Around the entry, as you come into the foyer, there are potted plants as well as incense censers burning, giving off a light, fragrant scent. You can see that a set of stairs flows up and then splits to the left and to the right to the upper floor. The downstairs, many padded cushions and seating areas to allow potential clients or waiting clients and clientele to engage with the various employees of this particular establishment. And upstairs you can see, much like any hotel or whatnot, it is a upstairs railing with lined doors You can see a lot of men going up wearing much the same garb as you saw going into the bar next door. Soldiers in particular of the garrison, off duty, obviously, going to spend a little quality time with some ladies of the night. As you step in, your eyes are immediately captured by this very willowy, very feminine, wearing not nothing, but everything is artfully and tastefully covered as she moves in your direction is an elf. She has fair skin. Her eyes are the deepest violet. Her hair shimmers almost like it's a violet color, but you can tell it's more of a black. But just the way it shimmers in the light and hangs down to one side in a long, long ponytail. She steps up. Her lips are adorned. Her eye makeup is adorned perfectly. As she smiles, the perfect set of white teeth. We do not get many of your kind here, good sir. I am Purple Prose. I am your madam for this evening. Do you have a particular, shall we say, interest in a lady of some sort? Perhaps short, perhaps blonde. We have brunettes and redheads. We have also, although I do not have one of your stature, we do have some girls that are a little on the smaller side that might be perfect fit for you for this evening. Would you care for something to drink, perhaps, while you browse our catalog of fine young ladies?
Well, I look at her and I say, Madam, you're exactly what I'm looking for. You seem like a
I am so sorry. I am so sorry, but I am not on the menu, sir.
Oh, yes, I am not shopping. I am.
She raises her eyebrow.
And I'm just here for information, but I will certainly pay for time.
As she sort of looks, what sort of information is it that you are looking for? And my time can be very valuable.
Well, I show her my dangle. Not only do I show her, DM, I dangle my foot, which might lower the price.
That's what you're going to dangle. Okay. I was getting concerned.
Okay.
I dangle my foot so she sees that I am not some low quality. I am high quality, well-maintenanced, well-coiffed. Feet are very well brushed, etc. I say, I'm just interested in this abandoned mine. I mean, we've been in town for a short period of time, me and my cohorts, and some of them may perhaps like your ladies. But we're interested in that mine, and I suspect you have great knowledge of this area. What do you suggest I learn?
I have been here for quite some while. I believe what you are speaking of is the deep spike, the deep spike mine. It had collapsed partially, but Balabar Smenk, I believe, purchased it, and he is now the owner of the contract. As she holds her hand out.
Well, DM, utilizing my knowledge of the fair maidens, what am I thinking? How much am I thinking she's thinking I should give her?
So you're probably knowing that the ladies usually would go for 1 or perhaps 2 gold pieces per night. The madam's probably 2 to 3 times that. So you're probably talking anywhere between 5 and 10 gold, maybe.
All right, DM, I'm not going to pull it out.
Okay.
I'm going to slide a hand, and utilizing my thieving skills, 10 gold coins are going to immediately appear in my hand, and I'm going to put them in hers.
As she sort of lights up. I was here when that mine collapsed, 300 miners died that day. It's a very, very sad time here in town.
300. I'm certainly amazed by that. And what happened with the families of those 300?
Some are probably still miners with other mines here in town. Many saw that that was their only means of familial support, and so went off for greener pad. This was, I will tell you, this was almost 70 years ago when that collapsed. So, yeah, it has been abandoned for quite some time.
But with a beauty like you, that's just a drop of, you haven't even lost any eyelashes since that mine closed.
As she sort of smiles slightly. Your sweet talking will not get you any closer to your prize, my son. Or good sir, I should say.
I flutter my toes. Yeah, I
What's
flutter my toes, DM.
As a slight chuckle. Yes, my kind do tend to live longer than the average human. However, I was here when that happened, and it was indeed a dark day here for many of the families. Many did leave.
Has anybody been in the mine since then?
It is only Balabar. I believe he, because it was collapsed after several feet or perhaps 20, 30 feet inside, the mine had completely collapsed. They were unable to find a way to safely reopen the mine, and so he just installed a rather large padlocked door such that children would not be inclined to try to go move rock and play, much like they like to do in some of the surrounding cairns in town or in the region.
Where does Balabar, does he live here in town still?
He does. Balabar Smek, he is perhaps one of the most prolific mine owners here in the city.
Is he friendly towards visitors, or is he somebody I should not be pleasant with?
Balabar is an interesting individual. I would have to say that his personality is not one of my preferred taste, but he is a shrewd businessman. He arrived here several years ago, and in that time has managed to drive out or overcome many of the other miners that have been here for much longer than he, and now holds a formidable position in the community.
That's interesting. Has he created enemies, but with his, I guess, aggressiveness?
I think all of the mine magnates have a little bit of an animosity toward one another. Those that work together do so for very short, detailed, and specific reasons.
All right. Well, DM, I'm going to pull out, and again, utilizing my thieving skills.
Okay.
10 gold coins is going to miraculously appear in my hand again. I'm going to place them in hers, close her hand over them, and say, me and my team is here in town. If you should hear something that sounds interesting and of, I guess, not normal circumstances, would you please send a runner to us and let us know about it?
So she smiles as she takes the coin, slipping it into a pouch that you have no idea where she's holding.
Her prison wallet.
Yep. As she sort of smiles and she says, as a show of good faith, I can give you one thing. Balabar Smek's right-hand man went missing. Apparently, Balabar found him. Well, he found his head. When he woke up in the morning, it was lying on the pillow next to him.
Oh my. And the authorities haven't figured out who may have placed this Godfather-like head next to the Balabar?
I have not heard, but Balabar is a tight-lipped individual who does not engage with the authorities unless necessary. So perhaps he asked it to be kept hush-hush, because imagine something like that getting out to some of the other mind magnets. And she sort of looks down. Just what could happen?
Well, that's the exact kind of information I hope that you would share with me. So thank you very much. And I'll be staying in whatever that place is we're staying at.
The it's called the Abel Carter Coaching Inn.
And I dangle my toes at her again and say, we'll be staying at the Abel Carter Coacher Inn. And thank you so much.
As she bends over to lightly kiss you on the cheek, and she whispers, "He is a dangerous man. Do not let his brashness and seeming idiocy belie the fact that he is rather well connected in the region." And she finishes the kiss and walks away to attend her business, leaving you to yourself.
All right, DM, I'm going to go outside and let the guys know. Hey, fellas,
let them know what? Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Balabar is apparently the owner of the mine. Balabar has recently had an associate of his head placed in the bed next to him while he was sleeping, and he's an unpleasant individual. So we've got some, potential information there, and the mine has been unoccupied for decades, or unworked for decades.
Not only that, and just I want to clarify, it literally collapsed, right? So it literally is rock and stone for however far into the mine you can go. So, but that being said, that's what they said. You don't know 100%, but they said it's all collapsed. But Balabar did build a solid oak wood door in there and padlocked it to keep people from trying to reopen the mine, I guess, or kids to play in it or whatever.
So I wonder, you guys, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that is the mine by the house we have, or this is the
yes.
mine?
That's the mine by the house.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a little bit of information that mine may not be as dilapidated as we think, or Balabar has got something going on.
I know a guy that's very good with locks.
And feet.
Where did Renoir, where'd you go? I don't see you on the map.
Is that? I think that's he's right underneath that.
Oh, there he is.
I'm still way over up by 18 here. Let me move myself up.
Okay, there you are. Gotcha. Okay.
So there's a little bit of information, fellas. I don't know how you want to process it or what you want to think about it. But we do have a source now in 14, and she is quite pleasant and very sweet.
By the way,
and I do believe that my feet swayed her to support the party.
Her name, by the way, is
what you had to do.
Her name, by the way, is Purple Rose. She is an elf, and she is the madame.
So on this character sheet, DM, the old character sheet, I used to be able to keep notes on it, but I was looking on this one while we were having that conversation with her, and I couldn't find a place to keep notes.
Let me double check, but I will say, if you want, I created a journal for you. And it's probably because, if you go under journals, which is the one that looks like literally like an open book. Yep. And I got one there for Hub, and I got one for the party. And I know that Biamba tends to keep track of the party one because that's where we put treasure and things that may have happened. And then, like I said, you can create your own notes that way. So, all right. So as you guys patiently waited for him, or were you guys going to go inside while he was inside with the madam?
there for?
20 minutes maybe.
We would have waited that long.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys wait, as the clock ticks around, eventually Hub comes out and, as I said, or as he said, explains to you what transpired. Where do we want to go to now?
Well, it's got me curious about that mine. This little
What's
late
behind the
fee.
door? Yeah, it seems strange you
Yeah.
would have put a door up there.
Yeah, I think tomorrow morning we should
Did
go
we
check
go
that out.
looking at mine though once before? Do you remember seeing the door up there?
I don't think we went in it though. I think we walked by it, but I don't think we ever went in it.
Because I thought he said you could see like 15 feet in or something. And
Yeah, and it could be, and honestly, it could be I just forgot the fact that Balabar owned it and put it in until I went and looked at my notes and then realized, oh, okay, yeah, no.
Okay, that's
so,
fine.
yeah, so.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the guy who'd spend money to put a door up to keep the kids out.
No. Should we try one more bar and then call it a night and then get up in the morning and go check that out?
Yeah, I think that's
I'm down with it, but one of you guys gets to go in this time.
This time it is a tavern.
Yeah. I'm popular in these taverns.
Oh, we'll go for it. While you go in, I will continue combing the hair on my feet.
All right.
I want to go to the feral dog again.
Oh, you're gonna go there instead of the giant?
Oh, do you guys want to go in there? I mean, it's just soldiers. I thought we were looking for miners.
So there's soldiers in the spinning giant.
Yeah, the soldiers, the spinning giant is as you watch the clientele going in and out, while many normal, average, everyday people go in and out of there, a large clientele you can see is made up of off-duty soldiers, just getting off shift or something, but sporting the armor and colors of the City Watch.
Did we see any of the dwarf guards from that mine?
No, none of them that you saw. Oh, I take it back. There are some dwarves, but all of them, everyone that you see that goes in there that looks like they may be a soldier is wearing City Watch colors. Okay. So you don't know if that they work for the Dowerstone mine or they're just city garrison, but from what you have seen since you've been in town, these are the city garrison guys. They go around usually in groups of 5 or 6, patrolling around the town, also manning the walls of the garrison itself and holding training and stuff like that at the garrison itself. But you guys haven't really been to look at, who's protecting the mines and whatnot, so you don't know if they are of the same cloth or it's private security or whatever the case may be.
All right, as we're walking to the feral dog, Modred's going to keep an eye out for some roving city guard patrols.
Okay.
And if we come across one, he's going to stop and ask them if they know if the City Watch, if any of the guardsmen at the mine are on the City Watch.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm assuming then we're all going back to the feral dog, or does anybody want to go into the spinning giant?
No, I'll go back with the feral dog. I think that's better.
Yeah, I'm a feral dog kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm fine with the party.
Okay. Roger that. All right.
Sadly, I don't have a sack with a hand in it this time.
All right.
So I did promise the big ogre guy that I would give him the eyeballs of Filge, but oh well, we'll deal with that.
As you guys move down the vein, you get right down, right where it starts to turn toward the center of town. There's a large stables here on the right-hand side, and as you guys pass by, you can see there's a big sign above the gated entry. It's kind of like a huge barn, or not like a barn, but you know how like a ranch at the end of the road, the ranch has the gates and the big high bar over the cross of it saying what the name of the ranch is, and then it opens up and the road goes like 10 miles into the ranch itself. It's kind of like that.
Ranch.
Yeah, there you go. But in this case, the place is called the Lakeside Stables, but it's kind of in the same vein. It's got like a huge high iron wrought sign on poles that sort of arch over the top of the building itself right up front. And then inside, obviously, you can see on the backside, I mean, you can see the stables and whatnot where many different horses and stuff. But as you are at that same intersection, there's sort of a large sort of a plaza or a roundabout or whatever you want to call it, a joining of roads, has a wider open area just to the south. The right-hand branch leads over toward the garrison. The left-hand branch leads you toward the center of town. And right there, coming from the garrison, you see what you were looking for, Modred, in the vein of 4 individuals, all 4 humans, all 4 of them wearing soldiers or garrison markings, each one of them with a blade at their side. 2 of them carry pole arms. The other 2 do not, but they all have blades swinging at their hip. No, you don't recognize any of these guys. As they turn, they sort of nod to you and call out, "Good evening, citizens. Well met. Enjoy your evening. Stay safe, please."
Sir, I was wondering if you could answer a question.
Of course. What may I be of assistance? Are you new here, perhaps? I can recommend a good place to stay.
For a few days, yeah. We've actually been gifted a house just north of town up here.
Gifted? I don't understand. Do you know somebody? Are you an heir to something? Allustan? He goes, Allustan? You are friends of Allustan, indeed. Well met. He is the smartest man in town. So as you said about the house that he gifted you, is there a problem with it?
Oh well, I mean, are going to need to hire some strong backs to move furniture in and out of it.
Well, I can tell you, people are always looking for work here. Well, the mines are tough work, but there are many that I am sure you can find throughout town.
As I'm talking, I kind of nod my head toward Biamba, and I was my question is more of, does the city guard provide security for the mines?
Oh, very rarely, unless there's some extreme instance going on where a mine manager may contact the garrison captain and he provides a body or 2. But typically, the mines are self-sustaining. They provide their own security, they provide their own workers, etc. As long as they abide by the law, there's no need for the garrison to be involved, sir.
Modred acts, kind of, your typical scatterbrain wizard. And he's like, that dwarf, the guy, the mine owner, the dwarf guy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Dowerstone?
Yeah, does he use
Ragdolin? Oh, no, as I said, sir, Dowerstone is, no, if anything, he is probably as not wanting anybody involved in his business as anybody. His dwarf's rather isolationist, I got to tell you. And so, no, I have been living in this city my entire life. I have worked the garrison for the last 15 years of my life, and I can never remember once any dwarf, much less Dowerstone, who's only been here a few years, but I don't remember any dwarf, asking for supplemental aid. Now, that being said, I will say that many times if a soldier is offered enough coin, he may quit his post at the garrison to go work for one of the miners, but that is a very rare case because soon word gets around and they are not employed for long, and even if they are employed, nobody will allow them their business.
So you've been here for how long?
Oh, my whole life.
Has there been any kind of unnatural things going on that you can remember?
Why do you ask, citizen? Are you here on some particular business that you're trying to ask me about,
Oh,
or?
forgive me, good sir. Forgive me, good sir. My name is Modred Mistagroon. I am an initiate of the Amethyst Order out of Greyhawk. I have come here seeking, among other things, arcane knowledge, but also uh, tales of supernatural disturbances in the area.
You listen to children's ghost stories. Indeed. You can take your pick. There are stories of the menhirs. There are stories of the monks at the temple top of rocks. There are the whispering cairn. Children's stories come from there, and I could probably go on for days, but we must be on about our business, sir. If you have no other questions.
Thank you, good man. I sure do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. As I said, please stay warm, stay safe, and remember, weapons are not allowed to be drawn in the city limits, lest dire strait and self-defense dictate it.
One more thing before you go. If we was to charter ourselves and become an official adventuring company, would those rules kind of be a little lessened?
Not within the city limits, sir. You can carry your weapons, but they must remain in scabbard or otherwise out of usage.
Inside mine considered inside city?
Yes, it is within the city limits. However, as I said, were there to be a need to defend oneself, we are not so naive as to think that persons such as yourself that are obviously equipped to handle themselves in combat would not need to draw their weapons only if necessary. So, yes, inside the city limits, regardless, mines or otherwise, unless being provoked, attacked, and you feel that the need great and necessary, your weapons should be always covered. And he looks at Modred, and those of the Amethyst Order may wish to contain what magics they wish to unleash upon the populace.
Oh, my magic is only for investigative purposes.
This is good to know. If I ever need to investigate, I know who to come see. And they continue moving past you, heading north and west up the vein once again. And you guys are heading toward the feral dog. The night is pretty chilly, but it's in the low 40s, maybe upper 30s. So it's chilly, but it's not like super bad. It's the new fallen snow has already been trampled beneath the many feet of passersby during the day, both animal as well as human, wagons, carts, etc., etc. So that makes the traversing of the road fairly easy, and you arrive once again back at the feral dog. And that is where I'm going to stop tonight's session. So we can go through any dividing of any other treasure that we still have to do. So you guys can get your...
If we can, I mean, because I got to get money to buy some more 100 gold piece pearls if we're going to want me to, identify stuff.
Okay. So what do we have still left to sort out?
We never get paid for the owlbear, did we?
No, he has not got the money yet for the owlbear. And you got to remember, so even though we've been gaming for a couple weeks, it's really only been like 3 days, 4 days since you guys gave it to him.
Sure. Well, so. Then we gave him the 3 snake eggs too, or did we sell those, or what happened to those?
I don't think you gave him the snake eggs. If you did, I'll have to go look, but I don't remember. I did take some notes on some of the different sessions and stuff. Like, I know earlier this morning, Modred sent off a letter to his order, but it's still the 13th day of readying, so that was just this morning that he sent it out.
All right. I don't know how far back we're gonna go for monies.
We have never we have never divided it, to my knowledge.
We did
I got.
when we were in the Whispering
I think we did
Caverns.
once, yeah, because I got some gold on me. I don't know. I know I didn't pick it up just willy nilly, not like some people.
That's fine. I mean, all I got is 12 gold pieces and 148 copper. That's and
All right,
23 silver.
let's try to figure this out. We got like 20 minutes or so. Let's try to figure this out. And by the way, hopefully you guys will hang around to the end before we bounce off to raid somebody. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just move it over to the ending. And I know it's ending in about 20 minutes, but I want to go ahead and try to get through this sorting out. So I hope you guys will hang with us for a little bit. I do intend to start my new campaign on Friday. It's just waiting on the last player. They promised me they'll get it done. I said I want it by Wednesday. That way I can make sure everything's set up and ready to go for Friday. If they're not ready by Wednesday, then I'm going to push back the start for a week, which will bum me out, but it is what it is. So, I guess we can just go back through like at least
I'm looking at
the last. At least
I'm
the
looking
last.
at 22 September, and I don't. Ever burning torch sheds no heat.
Yep, yeah, he's actually got that on the end of his staff.
Okay, so that's been dealt with. 29 September. 4 statues.
Little bitty statues. Yeah, we gave all that to the Allustan.
Allustan.
Yeah, we sold it to him.
I don't know why I want to call him Alistair. I played.
It's like Aleister Crowley, man. That's all good. That's all right. Yep, that's good.
Most of our money did come from him, and that's what we split up, I think.
Yep. So, and you have the 2 wands. Hub has the magnifying glasses. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Okay. Hub, make sure that you remind me in Discord. Your glasses give you a 20% bonus to trap detection. I don't know if we actually added that to your sheet or not. If not, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to create the item, and then we'll make sure that the bonus gets added to your trap detection. Let's see.
October had nothing. 13 October. Small pouch with 15 silver pieces, 35 gold, and a small ruby. And that's also
you got a small ruby.
So 1 small ruby worth 50 gold. It doesn't say who.
Or did we sell all that and transfer it to gold?
Fuck if I know.
I don't think we did the small ruby. I think most of the money we split up, we got from Allustan. We didn't go to like vendors and stuff.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, starting with the 13th of October, any gold, anything that was worth gold. Let's do this. Biamba, do you mind doing the conversions of all this stuff?
Sure.
If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I would like some.
The right page.
Yeah, just
silver pieces for 1 gold.
Okay. Oh yeah. So what I would do first of all is just add up how much gold, silver, copper, platinum, whatever the gems are worth. Either do you want to convert them to gold, or you just want to keep them?
Keep them
as gold or as gems. Okay, so we'll do that.
There's no sense in converting them,
yeah. So just on today's sheet, just do a tally and just go through from the 13th of October all the way to now, and just see how much gold, how much silver, how much platinum, all the other stuff, and then as a separate, like, oh, we got 1 ruby, 2 ruby, 3, and then just list it out there. And then we will add all the gold, add all the silver, add all the copper, add all the platinum, convert it to gold as best we can, and then we'll divvy up the gold that way, and then you guys can divvy up the gems on how you want to do it that way. How's that?
Yeah, perfect.
Actually, you don't even have to just get a tally of everything, and then we'll split it. If there's 25 silver pieces, we'll split that. 5 ways.
Well,
Same thing for gold and
Yeah, that's what we're talking
no,
about.
because I want to keep gems. I don't want gold because I don't carry. I'm a ranger. I'm not going to carry. I don't want to convert it to gold, so I'm not going to carry 500 gold. I can't. I'm a ranger, so I'd rather have some gems.
Right. But
Is there a small bank in town that we can just take some gold and
Yes.
exchange for gems?
Yeah, the money langer, Tidwodes, which is building number 5. Tidwodes is the money lender, so you can go exchange your currency for different currency, and you can trade gems for gold and whatnot. So, and that's what I was saying. So let's add up all the coin, then put a list of all the gems. Like you can say, oh, we got 5 50 gold piece rubies, or however many it ends up being, right? Do that, and then first thing we'll do is split up all the coin and tell everybody this is how much coin you add to your sheet. And then we will say we have this much total in gems, and then we evenly divide the gems as best we can. If it comes off a little bit, I'll modify the value so that everybody gets an even amount, right? It doesn't really matter. So
there are a few items that I'm noticing that do not have a value associated with them, like the silver ring. There is a silver ring from 20 October. Doesn't say how much it's worth.
Yes, that is the magical ring that you guys got off of Filge that belongs to his mother that you guys stole from him.
Actually, this is a different one.
That's okay. The feather falling.
No, this is from 20 October because they actually say the ring of Filge, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. There was a silver... Okay.
It doesn't say it's magical, so I'm assuming it's just regular.
All right. Well, I will tell you in a second because I may have I could have forgotten and just missed something on you guys. So give me just a second. While you're adding all of that up, I am going to... Age of Worm.
Gold armband. Elven. That was already taken.
Yeah, I've been carrying that.
All right, let me see.
10 gold. We each got a 10 gold piece of reward. I think we actually took that.
Yeah, you did. You guys got that.
There was a 50. Yeah, 200. Yeah, it was 50 gold pieces each for figurines.
Yep.
All right. And was there any worth in that gray stone index finger for sarcophagus? I don't think so. Probably not. All right, so we keep going down. All right, +2. Oh, see, yeah, the silver sword. So then there was a silver ring of featherfall, we think. There's 2 pouches.
We tested it. But nobody has that on their sheet, though, the ring of featherfall.
Right.
I've been holding it, but it's not on my sheet.
There was a gold ring with the seeker symbol on it. Short sword with scabbard. Okay, 2 pouches. 1 3 vial. There's something dropped off. 2 pouches. 1 with.
Okay, that's what it was.
Vials.
Okay.
We got some potions, I guess, that never got determined either.
Oh. All right, so
number 2.
Anybody want to mix them in your belly?
Mm-hmm.
There's a magic pearl.
Okay, so the silver ring that you found that you have on there actually has a symbol engraved on it that matches the symbol of the star symbol that's on your red leather armor.
Oh, okay, because there's a gold ring that also has a silver symbol on it. A seeker
symbol. Oh, okay, so then that's what it is. And I thought it was a silver ring. So I don't have what that silver ring is anywhere. So I'm just gonna say, are you sure it's not the magical one you got from Filge?
Positive. It's on a
okay.
Totally different page.
All right, so then I'm just gonna say that is a 10 gold piece silver ring.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere on here.
The gold ring for the symbol for with the seeker. What do you think that one is? 10 as well?
No, it's 200 gold.
That's 200 gold.
Yeah, because it's a special. That's a special seeker's ring. So that is a rather, like, when you have that, people are going to ask why you have it if you're not in the guild.
Well, I have the armor and nobody's asked about it.
Well, it's because nobody's noticed. Nobody's really paid attention. But if there are actual seekers, they're going to want to know. Trust me.
It's not like a Harper pen, is it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. The seekers are a very well-known group of quote-unquote archaeologists that are rather think of them as the Thieves Guild of archaeology. So they will go into great lengths to procure whatever artifact treasure it was that they happen to be seeking. And yeah, so anyway. All right, so while he is adding that up, I am going to go off and determine where we are going to raid. I appreciate folks that hung out with us. Who did we lose? Oh, we lost. I figured Hub. He's old, so as soon as the game's over, he's gone. So, which is cool. But we are going to see who we want to bounce to. Let's go over to Darling. We haven't raided her in a while. So we're going to figure out the rest of this treasure. I'm going to hang out on Discord with you guys. I'll hang out on Discord until we get it all done. That way, if you have any questions about items, I can do lookups and stuff like that. But in the meantime, hopefully you will see us Friday. If not, we'll see you next Monday as our players go to check out the Feral Dog for their next step in the direction of solving what the hell is going on in this strange mystery known as Age of Worms. And like I said, hopefully you'll see us Friday for our Savage Tide. But in the meantime, just remember, folks, in the world you can be anything that you want. All we ask is that you be kind. We shall see you when we see you.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
All right, man. We'll see you.
Who's there?
Night.
Good
Good night.
night.